Hello and welcome
Right.
to our fourth
Hello.
Go Jam. Hello, hi, hi.
Here we are.
Oh, shit!
Hmm? Hmm?
Got worried on my keyboard. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, that was not
You did what?
intended. It's
Oh.
just big. Had water in front of me, and I was trying to hype, and then everything went to mess. Okay.
Try to dry it off first. If your
Yeah,
computer is not working, then
this is a wet start. Well, Antti can introduce our topic and stuff. I will get some.
sure. Actually, I had a I had a small danger of doing the same because I had prepared tea for the for the stream over here. I was just thinking, what will happen if I push it over? That would be the tea suji in that case. Okay, so while Mikko is doing the cleanup work over there, let's do a slow start for this time. I think. I guess Jeff has also been busy recently, right?
Yeah.
Like, at least for this April in NGD, we have how many coachings do you have again? Coaching sessions?
20 something, I don't remember exactly.
20, yes. Like it's going crazy up and down recently. In March, you almost had none at all, and now in April you have 20, and then it might be close to 0, and then it might be 20 again.
Yeah.
Like that, a little bit difficult to handle.
Yeah.
And on my part, I was just to Tokyo this week. I came home yesterday. I went on Tuesday. I had a tournament game on Thursday. And well, most likely we will have a look at that game later today. Everything fine, Mikko?
Yeah. My keyboard is also a little bit wet, but I don't think I need keyboard that much at the moment.
Hopefully.
Well, I have to write some things like the players if you watch some games and stuff like that. But
do you have a spare keyboard, by the way?
no, I was just thinking about it, but no. Maybe I will get some toilet paper still. Sorry. Sorry about this.
Yeah.
Well, now it happens. It's almost more fun this way. Okay, so to make up conversation while Mikko is doing something else, let me see. What did you eat, Jeff?
What did I eat?
Yes.
I eat exactly the same. So, mama chicken noodle and an egg in it.
An egg?
Two sausage in it. You know that kind of sausage. How you guys call it? That kind of.
Not like nakki.
Naki, yeah, naki is about right.
Nakki, yeah,
naki.
the Finnish.
But it is karkuna. A turkey.
So it says it's turkey sausage, but
Yeah.
we don't actually know what's inside. Nobody knows.
Yeah, it says so. Okay, but whatever. And some you guys call that salati. And my mom has a different name on that, but yeah, whatever. I just put something there in, and then some other kalkuna, but you know that kind of round and thin one.
Round and thin one.
Round and thin, like that.
Salami?
I know it's still kalkuna.
Turkey. Okay, but a kind of meat.
Yeah, and then I put that thing, and then I let it boil, and I eat. Yeah,
so that's your
everything I eat exactly the same. Yeah.
Food Josuke.
Yeah.
People are saying your camera is much better this time. Most likely because Jeff cleaned it this time.
Yeah, Mikko asked me to clean it, and I just I get some water. I just like that all the time. Yeah, I mean.
Should have done it earlier, maybe.
Yeah, for a bit.
Here's an interesting one. Do you eat specific things before important Go games?
Okay, let's start again.
Welcome back, Mikko.
Is that a question to me or to Antti?
That was explosive.
Let's ask you first. Do you eat anything special?
Do I eat
anything? Here comes the answer already.
I eat anything. Well, In general, if it is an important game, it likely means I'm not at home, and then what I can only eat whatever I can get. So no. Yeah, unlikely I'm at home when there's an important game.
Yeah. In Japan, it's kind of funny. In Japan, they have this katsudon type of meal. Katsudon is the name of the meal, which is basically just don means it's on top of rice. And katsudon is that you have kind of a meat, and the meat is buttered. It's like it has breadcrumbs and it's been fried. And so it's just katsudon. That's called katsu.
And it looks like a brand new camera, like Jeff's camera. Like look at, like everyone who is here every Friday, like look at Jeff's camera. It's so good now. Like I told him to like take some cloth and like wipe it, and I've never seen it so clear. Like, ever. That's
just
great.
to finish the katsudon before we go on. It's just that the only point is that katsu in Japanese means to win. So you eat katsudon, so you will win your game.
That's smart.
Yeah, now we can go back to the camera. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I totally missed everything you were talking about. So, welcome everyone. That was explosive start, but we are here.
Do it again.
Plush. Last week, not last week, but last Go Jam, we were talking about like why Go is fun. So now when you are all playing Go because you heard scientific reason why is it fun.
We totally proved it that time.
Yeah, and now you like totally are playing everyone. I mean, well, you are, right? So now we should go through some basics. How like what does it mean? Basics. Don't worry, we are not going that scientific this time. We are just like going through stories from Jeff and stuff like that. But yeah, what does it mean? Basics in Go. So that's basically basically the topic what we are talking about today.
Yeah, I just figured this topic came up in the NGD Discord channel. I think it was Siku who was asking me, like, Antti, what does basics mean in Go? And I was like, I don't know.
There is saying, at least what I heard when I was starting, that like when you know all the basics, you're basically one done. Does that mean anything? Like, or like, what do you have to know to be one done? And like, or is there even one, like, one kind of one done player, or can you be just like that you don't know one part of the basics at all, and you just are one done strength anyway? You are, for example, very good at reading, but you don't know anything else. And
I would say that obviously there are many types of one done players, and they don't have the same base knowledge, of course. There's a kind of a super aggressive player who doesn't know anything and just wins the games by killing and reading. And then there's a defensive kind who actually knows something but cannot really read it very far or anything. And all the possible combinations and intermediate forms and so on.
Yeah.
So, and there's also a question like basics. Is it same as fundamentals?
Fundamentals. It sounds to me like the same thing. Yes. Yeah. Or at least I would use them interchangeably here. So lessons in the fundamentals, lessons in the baking, in the basics, lessons in the baking.
My keyboard works, by the way. Sorry, my keyboard works.
Okay.
Yeah, seems to work.
I brought the topic, basics in Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just one other dimension to this discussion before we go further is that I hear Jeff very often say, textbook told me to do that, or textbook told me to do this. But what is this magical textbook that tells you everything what to do?
Yeah.
Or where is that textbook?
Well, there's not one textbook. There's several.
Yes.
There's several. And when I was studying Go there, and I remember in Go school, teachers sometimes recommend us to buy a book. And then, let's say we buy that book, and that book basically is something teachers we're gonna, let's say, for example, when teachers leave us some homework, and it is from that book. Yeah, so yeah, it is. And then when he talk about some topics, and let's say he will gonna give different examples in his lecture, but the topic is very similar from those textbooks. That's what I remember. Yeah, so talking about textbook, that is basically the case. And of course, I remember my parents bought me a lot of Go books at that time. And at the time, those kind of Go book, yeah, at my generation, those Go book are mostly translated from the Japanese top pros.
Ah, really?
Yeah, yeah, because I started Go in the late 80s and early 90s at that time. So yeah, at that time, of course, yeah, Japan is a leading force.
The Great Honte Encyclopedia, volumes 1 to 612.
There's also this really nice set of the large Joseki dictionary, which has like I think it has 2 volumes, both of which are like this thick or something, like basically 2,000 pages inside.
Oh yeah.
And I remember it was pretty impressive because like I was checking that dictionary in 2011 and 2012, at which time we had some fairly new modern Joseki, like Starpoint, normal approach, Keima, slide, and then attachment on the side, and Hane, and those difficult variations. And they were all inside that encyclopedia, which was written in the 70s.
Right.
So it was like
modern.
Somebody did a lot of work for that one. Huh?
Yeah. I still remember a lot of variations there, although yeah, I shouldn't.
Yeah, how useful is it nowadays? How useful is your textbook knowledge? Not very.
I mean the Joseki one is not. Joseki one definitely is not. Yeah, because nobody played.
Well, do you think that like you still have like some kind of like feeling of shape or whatever? You get some like you don't also use the Tsumegos that you learned from Tsumego book. So
yeah.
It might still be helpful that you have memorized so many different kind of shapes and situations, even though you are not going to use them, because you know what would happen if that would happen. But we don't have those knowledge, so because we haven't done it. So I think it helps a little bit of your like that basically you have some kind of database in your head, even though you're not using it.
It's difficult to think that it would all be for naught, to not be useful at all.
Yeah,
that seems unlikely.
That's basically like it supplies some of the shape that actually appears in your games often, and so basically in your games, if any kind of similar shape happens, even if not happens in a corner, so it's not a Joseki, but a similar shape happens in your game, you normally know that okay, this kind of shape it should be A and B, those 2 choices, and the rest forget it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that helps.
So it does help on that part.
So that would be what the Japanese call suji in that case, not tesuji but suji, because it's more common or not so special. But suji knowledge, basically.
Yeah, basically that you know what you. I mean, like even if you go like with AI now, like why they are wrong, you know what is like that you shouldn't play, kind of like because those people who haven't done it don't have that like database in their heads. They have to like consider everything, and they don't know what not to play. Like weaker players tend to like have too many options to think about. So like you still have at least that kind of thing that this doesn't exist. This is not in the textbooks, or I don't even have to think about it. So that way, at least, like even though it would be like something that you never know, like it never comes in your games or whatever. Like you never use it. It's still something that you can disregard from your reading or whatever. Like you don't have to like think about it. So that saves your time and energy and like stuff like that.
Okay, continuing from this one, can you link the Go board? I'm trying to think of a practical example or a practical way of making use of what we just said.
Okay.
Okay, so it's over there,
Yep.
and you can both see it from the stream. So let's say, for example, this and this and this, and let's say you are a Shodan player who's supposed to know the basics, and you have
Right.
never seen this Joseki. So what would be going through your head in this case? You're supposed to know the basics, but you don't know any specific sequences from this situation. What would you be doing in this kind of situation then? What would be going inside your head?
Chat says make good shape. Any other ideas? Like what you should be thinking?
But I guess first of all, you need to try to make sense of what is actually going on here, right?
Yeah.
You have the white 2 approach, you have the black 3 pincer, which makes it difficult for the white 2 stone to create a base in the upper right corner, right? And like presumably you have just played 2, so most likely you want to keep adding stones to it, right? I mean, this is all just normal thinking. So what would you be doing in that case?
Difficult to imagine because as at one done, you most certainly have seen that.
I'm sure you can find Japanese old 60-year-old players who maybe not have seen this one.
Oh, and there could be also like very new players who have like started playing because
easier.
That's even
players, because nobody plays 2-space 5 pincer anymore.
Yeah. So those who became core players after AI, then they have not played this one most likely. Do we have those people in chat, by the way? Because I know that there are sometimes who have started very recently that they haven't cut.
Is there somebody who doesn't know this Joseki? What would you do?
Yeah, raise your hand. It's totally okay if you raise your hand. It's nothing to laugh about or anything. It's actually good if you don't know it.
Okay, Eskil doesn't know. Okay, let's listen to Eskil. What would Eskil do here?
I didn't study enough before AI, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's good. You have different perspective to go then. So what would you do?
Fox 4 don't know Joseki or this one. Okay.
Yeah. Anyone who doesn't know, what would you do in this game, in this corner?
Try to live in corner. Ignore the M3.
Or maybe M16, the number 3 stone, I guess.
Yeah, most likely the black 3 stone.
Yeah. Like Tanuki said, think about the moves I would play without black 3 and see if they still good. That way.
Yeah, so I guess that way we get to the classic wrong variation. So this happens, and it was classically said that black's A stone here is exactly where black wants it, so that white cannot efficiently make life here. It was said.
Yeah.
So in the old days, you might sometimes see white play this kind of a move, and then this and this and this. And I seem to remember that the pros say that this is just totally good for black, right? And I think the AI says something like black is maybe 1 point better.
Wow, okay.
Something like it.
Well, totally good for black then, huh? I mean...
Yeah, totally good. Like 60% or something, right? But not like it's terrible or anything.
Yeah.
So it could even be in this case that if you just wanted to stabilize your group, to settle it, even this kind of a normal shape-making, base-making sequence might be fine here.
All right.
It's not like it's terrible.
Yeah, 1 point is a lot, but like, I mean, on amateur level, it's most likely nothing. It's like, like this stage of the game, it's just like 1 point. I mean,
yeah, 1 point in this sequence is not too terrible.
Yeah,
it's a little bit. Anything else in this situation? We can go for settling, and it's not too bad.
Well, the question about two stone, like, is it weak or strong, or like, how should you like think about this situation? Like, or is that like higher level already, or is this basics? Is like
it can still be basic level of thinking. I mean, when you think about it simply enough, you have this one stone here, which cannot easily form two eyes, or cannot easily form an eye base, as we just said. I mean, it turned out it can, but it's not the perfect result.
Yeah.
But okay, so you cannot efficiently build an eye base. So what do you do in that case if the stone is important? If you cannot live locally, you run out, right? It's the other option.
Yeah. So basically two options. Kinda.
And how would you run out here? What is the most basic of the basics?
Live, run, or sacrifice. Well, those are good three options.
Those are usually, So it's the one space jump, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
one space
if you
is
don't know
never...
one space jump, then please memorize it right now. It is the basic move, right?
Yeah, there is a saying that it's never wrong. So like in this case, it's also like, well, it cannot be that bad.
And actually, I just recently started thinking about those sayings are actually quite a big part about learning the game as well. I mean, proverbs like one space jump is never bad.
Yeah. Those are basically the basics. That
they are part of it anyway.
Yeah.
And Western players might be worse off in that there's way more efficient proverbs in both Japanese and Chinese, I think. Like, for example, okay, let me write this in the chat. But wait a second, which kanji is that? Just a moment. You can just go ahead and chat something while I'm writing this one.
Okay.
So, any other ideas other than the jump?
Yeah, there's many different, let's say, ways to run.
Oh, it's this one.
What is the like correct living version, or is there even one like? Because if we have options live, live, run, or sacrifice, what is the live option here? Like, is it R17, even though it was 1 point worse?
I can show that soon. Jeff, have you seen this proverb, I guess? Or saying?
Yeah, it's just, the order is slightly different from Chinese. Yeah. In Chinese,
so
it will be...
extend 3 from a 2-stone wall, exactly.
Yeah, it is the meaning, yeah.
Yes, so it did get translated into English, but it's just way more concise when it comes to the... I mean, you just need it to Sanseki or 4 characters. It's very quick to say and to convey the message in Japanese. And the number of these kinds of sayings is also much bigger in Japanese, in Chinese than in English. And like there are even concepts that haven't get translated into English, like mochikomi, for example, which basically means the feeling of stones getting captured in too big of a way so that it's uncompensated for, and it's all in one. And try to translate that into English. But yeah, so basically we can say that Japanese and Chinese have more high-level concepts which are quick to transfer over and to tell the other party. And English doesn't have that, and that's why there's a bit of a... For learning the basics also, it might be that it's more hard work in the West.
Yeah, it's kind of like if one language is missing a word, it's kind of like that you are not thinking that way. Like language and thinking are like very connected to each other, and like you are kind of like thinking with language, even though you can imagine things without language, but like it is very like interconnected. So like in case you don't have some term in your language, you have to kind of go the longer way, and then it's like then it's not the way.
It might be that you don't have a one-to-one perfect word for it. It's going to be not exact, or it's too long, or
Yeah.
not easy in
So
a way.
one thing would be that you just invent the word for it, but like that takes time, and like that's why Japanese are like, or like also Chinese have like. They kind of like what we said, like they are already like one dance when they start. That's kind of true from that that sense that their culture is like faster to go there because they have like better language for the improvement.
Most likely, yes. Although I guess in the long run we might try to get into a similar kind of situation in the West, but we don't have long enough history so far, most likely.
Yeah, so it takes time to like develop our own language. So like in case you like are like interested in these terms and stuff like that, mochikomi and stuff like that, just go and invent your own terms and like spread it. So we would also have them.
Like, it's going to become motti from now on in Finnish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to this situation from here. So one space jump. Let's just see this continuation quickly, I guess. So
sure. Yeah.
Let's say Black also doesn't know this Joseki and he ended up just playing here. So what would Black do in this kind of situation? Without knowing any precise moves or anything, sequences. So Black played the A pincer. Black is supposedly trying to attack White here, right? But White jumped out, getting more space to his group. Now what's going on?
Any ideas, chat? R13.
So it just makes sense that right now at least the Black B-stone is not looking too strong over here. So presumably if Black wants to continue the attack, Black most likely has to strengthen the B-stone while also trying to weaken the White stones, right?
Help the weaker stone. Yeah.
Which I would call extremely basic strategy in this case.
Yeah.
And also, you need to be aware that you always play one move, the opponent plays one move, you play one move, and the opponent plays one move. So you cannot do two things at the same time, right? Or sometimes you might be able to, but usually it doesn't turn out well. So you want to do one thing really well, right?
Yeah.
New player might Q16.
Jack Val, thanks for following.
17. Huh? Yeah, and also P17 here is actually not too bad, for example, and Q17 might be an option. Maybe peep first and then play. There's so many options. But I guess if we keep the simplest options, then it's hard to do any simpler than just this one space jump here.
Yeah. But the basic idea is that you have to like support the one stone in the corner because that's the weaker one, and White move is kind of like threatening that one. So that's the basic part of it, and then like the specific move is like just something specific.
I mean, I guess somebody could try arguing that isn't Black A here the weaker one? Like, what if White gets the pincer here? Isn't Black in trouble here? Somebody might try to argue that way. So then we just need to, like, for example, if compare the alternatives. So if White gets to play here around R14, now Black is actually getting isolated here, right?
Yeah.
And if Black doesn't answer this one, then it might be the corner is getting captured in short order. Whereas on the upper side, if you play a pincer, then of course Black can run out. But even if Black doesn't run out, White caps. Black can actually still get out, right?
Yeah, too much space.
Yeah, it's just impossible for White to cover this, I think.
Yeah.
So I think we can say, in an absolute sense, that the Black B stone has less space than the A stone to live around in, right? And less space means under more danger, right?
Yeah. And also the fact that the corners, we don't really want the corners, even though it would live, we don't want them to be surrounded and be forced to live, because that's kind of like if White gets to do that, he gets to do that in Sente, and that's 3 points. So
yeah, it is the surrounding game, even if you're not surrounding territory. Even just surrounding the opponent groups is also also valuable. More space might mean more important. That is true. And on the other hand, we have corners first, then sides, then the center. So of course it's difficult to say anything in an absolute sense. What if you shift the white Ikken to be one space to the left? Getting detailed now, huh? So just the Ikken to be, so like this, huh? I guess in this case, arguably, the black cornerstone would also have more space.
Yeah.
So it would technically be easier for black to Tenuki, but I would still play on the right side, though. I mean, it still looks like if white gets to play around here, white is building influence on the right side. Black probably still has to defend somehow. This kind of a thing looks too valuable, right? Whereas,
there's a good thought from Chappo there that like the basics corner side center would incline me to move towards corner rather than out for black. Then your like basics have some details missing, I guess. If you always want to be sealed in corner, but yeah, there's something truthful in that one also. In a sense that like sometimes corner might be bigger if you have like big enough corner.
And incidentally, actually, I think the AI's most favored move here is the P17, which does go for the corner.
Right, yeah.
I think it's like this, and is it this one? I forget.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit difficult for white to also make shape here. And when black does this kind of a thing, then, well, black might actually just sacrifice the one stone and switch elsewhere, because Tenuki is big nowadays.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I guess we are getting to some kind of discovery here, at least. I mean, because we have all these different kinds of principles, right? And the simpler and more often usable the principle is, the more basic it is, right?
Yeah.
And which principle you should use, on the other hand, is not clear.
Yeah.
Like some principle works for some situations and some works for other, right? And it's hard to say which one to use.
Yeah, that is kind of like your skill, what you are going to learn then. Because you have like a bunch of these tools, but you don't know how to use them and in which order and stuff like that. So then you just use them and see how they work and yeah.
So it could be possible to say that basics is basically knowing these most commonly useful principles and being able to apply them.
Yeah,
maybe
the basic set of tools in the box of Go.
Yes, where we are still using the word basic to define basics, so it's still not quite perfect. But,
but I mean, like you have like the set of different tools in that box, and the basics are the ones that are like most commonly used, and with those you can like roughly describe like most of the game. But like the other ones are just fine-tuning tools, and like the biggest tools that are like going to shape the most of the structure that we are building or crafting here. So then trying to figure out how to put this, for example, to like a woodwork or something, like how to compare it to that one. But
for example, in that case, you most likely do have the axe, and you have the saw and the hammer, and something like the Dremel or I don't know, chainsaw or that kind of thing. It comes much later, right? They're not
the tools that you use to make details to that woodcraft is like that's something else. But like basics are the ones that you can actually like cut the wood in smaller pieces and make some kind of shapes out of it.
Yeah, like you can do all the necessary basic stuff even if it's not completely optimal, right?
Yeah. So like, if you want to make a chair, you can make
it quicker than normal saw, but the normal saw will still do the job.
Yeah. So you don't have to make the, like if you're building, for example, the chair, you don't have to make the chair so that like it's the most efficient way to make the chair. and it's like most beautiful chair. You just have to make some kind of chair that you can
As long as
sit
it's a
on.
chair.
So to use those tools to make the chair, it doesn't matter like kind of like which tool are you are using if you just can have the end result, which is the chair that you can sit on.
We are getting an interesting twist here. My feeling is the word basics means things that strong Dun players can do without any reading. And Yakago's comment to that one is, if we want to argue semantics, reading should be part of basics. What do you think?
Well, reading is one tool for sure. Yeah, that is like if you're building again the chair, it's one of the things that you have to do. You have to do like sawing, so that's kind of like you have to do reading. But it doesn't mean that you have to be the most efficient sawer. That you saw everything in 1 second and like kind of like it's the sharpest and most reliable tool ever. But you have to do some reading. I mean,
What
like
do you think, Jeff?
without reading. I mean, yeah. What do you think, Jeff? Is reading part of basics?
I'm reading about the poster here and what?
Called reading designing in this metaphor.
Okay. Okay, now I believe I understand what they are talking about.
But okay, for example, so if we have a ladder, you know how the ladder works on a functional, on a simple level, fundamental level, right? But even if you notice that, okay, this is ladder, you still need to read it until the end, right? And I guess we can say that being able to read the ladder out is a fundamental skill, right?
Yeah.
It seems to make sense.
Yeah.
If you cannot read a ladder, then you're most likely not a strong Go player.
I mean, you can make it even simpler. Like, if you cannot read that after this Atari and black will play, like, exactly here, then white stone will get captured. If you cannot read that one out, then like...
Yeah. So reading has to be part of it.
Yeah.
But I guess we can argue that... I mean, I think you could say that if you're really good at basics, then you can beat even strong players at the game without really reading or exerting yourself, because you're able to use the automatic parts of your knowledge that you just, I mean, it's system 1, I think, if we divide into system 1 and system 2. So system 1 is automatic and effortless, and system 2 is the effortful, rational thinking.
Yeah.
So like system 1 most likely just comes to what you have learned and internalized of the game, and you can just use it automatically.
Yeah. So that's why I was also thinking about that, like, called reading designing in this metaphor. In the metaphor of making a chair, is reading designing, or is it like, because reading is kind of like a very like system 2 kind of thing. So I would call that one like measuring, for example, the width of the wood, like where you have to like cut it. That would be reading.
Yeah, I think that's closer, yes. So something that you still have to actually think about and do precisely, right?
Designing is like that you design your game plan, or like the whole board, like judgment or something like that. That's more
which is also still, it's an effortful reading, effortful thinking, but what was I going to say? Yeah, so that's designing. So it's a different, maybe it's not, but yeah, being able to do strategies is also a basic, kind of basic thing. I mean, at the simplest, it can be this one space jump over here, right? Like make your group in the middle strong so that the opponent's groups next to it become big, right? That's also very simple planning or designing.
Yeah. But that doesn't require reading. That's kind of like a, that's design.
That part doesn't really need reading.
Yeah.
At least not as much. I mean, I guess you need to plan ahead, but
yeah, you're not using the system 2. You're not using that one. You're not going to specifics, like how am I going to split. Yeah. So that's system 1, definitely.
Yeah, this actually remind me Yeah, recently I'm working with several of my different students on, let's say, their Bayomi ability. And in Bayomi, let's say, you almost have no time to actually do any kind of deep reading. You can do some very rough reading. But there's no time to do anything really deep into it. And that is the time. And so basically, you still need to play the move that is fine in general. And how to find those kind of moves. That is the part of let's say basically you would need to actually have the background knowledge in your mind here on, okay, so here, basically it's just, those two, which one, and probably just one of them, So you quickly have the choices. And that one, I don't think that, let's say here, it has to include any reading. Reading shouldn't be part of it. I'm just replying to earlier that discussion between our viewers.
Although I guess if you really want to talk semantics here, I think on some level you are still reading, but it's just automatic inside your head so that you don't really need to spend energy on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, for example, if you see a position that is a simple tsumego, basically, you will know the answer immediately, while a weaker player wouldn't know. It's just that your basic ability inside your head is so much better that you just get it automatically. But I guess the main point is that you should be trying to depend on those automatic parts and not trying to read effortfully read all the difficult bits.
Yeah, and that goes back to that language also. Like if you have the language, you can think with the system 1, which is the automatic, and like you don't have to use reading, you don't have to spend time. If you have the language for certain terms, like the mochikomi over there, you can think with system 1 with those, and that kind of becomes automatic. You can automatically like get those terms from your game rather than like spending effort and trying to find them manually.
Yeah, and that would actually be the chunking that Marcel is saying here. It's a psychology term. Chunking, which means that being able to look at higher level or larger wholes when thinking about things.
Yeah. Kind of like a whole board judgment. Like you go through the board in chunks. Okay, there's that kind of corner and that kind of side and that kind of like these kind of groups and stuff like that.
Yeah. Actually, for my bachelor's degree, bachelor's thesis, when I had the presentation, I actually made a small preparation for it. Jeff probably doesn't remember anymore, but I just basically, I took Jeff and Nami, I asked them on a KGS, I presented to them 2 whole board situations and just asked them to try to memorize them as quickly as possible. I think I showed it for like 5 seconds or something. And then I would have them and try to reconstruct the positions.
Yeah.
So one of those whole board positions was a normal Go game with a Joseki here, Joseki here, Joseki here, Joseki here. And of course it was really easy to just 5 seconds memorize it and put it back.
Yeah.
Maybe one stone was one line a different place or something, but main idea was totally right. And the other example was just random stones all over, and you can guess how that went.
Yeah.
Like no matter how much you look at ghost stones, you still cannot memorize random stones any better. There's meaning inside those shapes, which is why you memorize them or remember them.
Yeah. So for a beginner, that might be like out of this world that somebody can remember their own game, which is like the board is this big and like you can remember like where the stones were and like what. But
I'm pretty sure that one of the Joseki was this one. In that example.
Yeah, I actually remember.
So if you don't know Go, then this is like what is going on, right?
Yeah. You just have random stones on the board.
Yes. And if you're Jeff or Nami, it's like, that's Joseki.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's done.
So that's is that part of the part of the like just human psychology, or is it part of like fundamentals in Go or basics? Like, do you have to like have this kind of like ability to, I don't know how do you put it, to think with chunks, or like I don't know, like it's probably nothing about Go. It's just part of human psychology. It just becomes like from your experience.
But like if we're talking about if you know Go fundamentals or not, then most likely you need to have internalized some amount of these kinds of chunks into your memory, basically. Memory chunks, they're called.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the process of memorizing and accumulating these kinds of chunks is part of learning the basics, right?
Yeah. Sure, building those.
Aunties, but okay, here, because actually, I just realized this topic can be very useful to my students. Yeah. So actually, here, in that case, I'm not sure if our viewers may ask this question, but I do have this question to you. I'm pretty sure our viewers will going to ask this question because it is impossible to ask, for example, people nowadays to learn, for example, this Joseki. That's impossible because this Joseki nobody played, right? So. In order to learn the basics nowadays, what is the most efficient way, as your opinion?
How to learn all of that stuff?
Yeah, because it's not possible to do. Learn all those useless stuff first, and then you have the basics. Yeah, it's no longer possible.
And you also don't really know what should be included in the basics or not, because there's just so much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, specific Josekis are definitely not part of basics, because like you can play Go without knowing any Joseki, right? So that shouldn't be like that. You have to know this Joseki to be like Go player or whatever.
Yeah, in general, especially long Joseki, I would never recommend.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're a Haiden player or something.
Yeah.
But it's not like you need to know the exact Joseki to be able to play this one.
You just have to have the chunk in your head, kind of about. You have to have kind of like a few chunks in your head about like corner variations, not specific variations. But yeah.
But like for example, if you get all the way up to here, you can probably get some kind of a result here, even if you don't know the actual sequence, right? Like okay, so you have this A stone, which you most likely still want to save, right? Okay, the opponent attached to it. What are you supposed to do to an attachment? You play a Hane, right? And then you most likely have two options, with both of which shouldn't be too bad in this case anyway. So let's just pick one of them. B might be fine, but let's go with C. Okay. Now it's the black A stone. White played a Hane into it. What do you do when the opponent plays a Hane against your stone? You extend, right? And you have two options here, B and C. And again, it turns out that both of these are not too bad. You can play either one, and something will turn out. And you can continue the sequence in this case. It might not turn out completely optimal, but like, for example, you might recognize the more common Joseki here without A and B stones. So it kind of looks like attach and extend Joseki. So you bump here because you have seen it. Okay, that was bumped. You extend from this one. Seems normal, and then you get to think again. Like now it might be difficult to find the next move A here because you have a big cutting point at B. But okay, so fix the cutting point at B in that case. How do you fix it? You might do it directly, or you might try to do it in a fancy way. And you can keep on playing kind of normal shape like this. And most likely it will not come out too bad in the end. You might lose a few points according to Katago, but you will not lose the game or anything if you know the simpler building blocks for this one. Right?
Is it so that you are playing then like one move by one move, not even trying to come up with some kind of sequence that you like options that you would have in this corner when the like a pincher, for example, comes, that you are not like planning anything, you just go one move by one?
It might be one move by one move, or it might come in slightly bigger chunks here. Like, for example, isn't this 1 to 5 basically? It's a pretty normal Joseki pattern, right? So this might actually be just one chunk in this case. or one
but
pattern that you.
But yeah, like if you haven't memorized this, then you have to kind of go through like with what you said, like that you have 2 HANE options in the first one and then 2 extensions.
Yeah, so then you just go more and more to the basics until you have something that you have seen before, right?
Yeah.
And how big or small the parts are that you're considering kind of makes a difference about how big your knowledge is, right?
Yeah, and I keep hearing the like seen something. So is that part of the basics then? That you have to be seen some stronger games or whatever to be able to play, like, because then you have at least some kind of like base knowledge where you are like kind of comparing your like sequences when you go through like these games. Like, okay, I've seen probably this one in somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't have to, but isn't that one of the most one of the quicker ways to do it? No, I mean, because we can assume that professional players know the basics and they know what they're doing in general, right? I mean, otherwise they wouldn't be professionals.
Yeah.
So if you want to see good moves and learn good moves, then that's one of the better places to do it.
Yeah. Other way,
teachers tell you to teach to study those pro games, right?
Yeah. Other way would be like that you go and play like millions of games like AI, but that's not possible. So like we have the shortcut of like someone has already played thousands of games that we can like consider good, and then just try to like memorize a little bit like how they play.
Of course, on the other hand, if you play a game and if you also review it either with the opponent or with a slightly stronger teacher, for example, then you can also learn new moves that way, right?
Yeah.
You can either exchange ideas with your opponent or you can get them from a stronger player who reviewed the game for you. And that's also a fairly good and simple way.
So does it matter if you are looking at like new games, or are you going to look at like some very old games to have kind of this kind of sense of like shape or whatever? Does it matter if you go and look like 200, 300-year-old games if they're at least like played by strong players? Or do you have to like have the recent games that you are looking at to have the basics?
I have done some research into this because I have this tool that I can use to count the size of the average mistake of a particular player throughout the game, any game. I have reviewed quite a few games with it. So it turns out that the 19th century games, for example, the opening is not very good.
Right.
Like the Joseki shapes and the whole board balance and early approaches and so on are not very good according to Katago.
Okay.
But the middle game is spot on. The middle game is like perfect. Especially in the better Shusaku games, for example.
Yeah.
So we could say that, for example, you can study Shusaku as long as you don't memorize and repeat all his Joseki options. The rest of the content is like best possible.
But in case, like, because AI is of course saying like that, yeah, this is horrible, but like in human terms, it could be that not that bad. But in case you would copy, like for example, even Shusaku's opening, would that be bad for your like basics learning? Like,
I guess in this case the problem is that nobody plays like that anymore. So even if you memorize it, you will not get to make use of it. I guess that's the main problem. Huh?
Yeah, but like if you have to like learn kind of like some kind of skills to be able to like call that you, for example, let's say that you have one dan. I guess you can like reach one dan without learning the new stuff. That's kind of like what I'm going for with this one. So kind of that you have to at least some kind of shape knowledge, even though it would be like something that others don't play. But same way as like a Tsumego, like if you are making Tsumegos from some collection that nobody is using, nobody's seen those Tsumegos, and other people are using the completely like a common Tsumego collection, and like then you go and play and try to like have some fight together. Like of course, like you might have like different kind of reading skills because you are using different kind of Tsumego books, but that doesn't mean like you have like the skill of reading. Yeah.
The reading
So
is the same anyway.
yeah. So what I was going for with this one is that you have some kind of abstract feeling of shape, like what shapes are good and what shapes are bad. So I guess like even from older games, you can have like that kind of sense of like what is good shape or what is like
It
good
should
kind
be,
of
yes. Like,
how the opening
and
works.
for example, I'm completely sure that, for example, Invincible, the Games of Shusaku, is totally enough for you. If you just study that one, you can probably become a top amateur just from studying that one. Maybe it's not the most optimal way for it, but as study material, it's got to be good enough. And one done is even easier, I think, just with that one book.
Yeah. So, do we have like some comments on this one in chat? I didn't read for a while.
We didn't read for a while. It's been going forward.
And then I will tell you randomness if you have planned, and I tells you whether your plan is bad.
I like the interpretation of Joseki, where it can also mean stuff like attach on a pullback connect Joseki shape. Yeah, I like that way as well. It's not just the corner patterns; it can come anywhere, and it's a standard continuation. Although I guess that's called Tsuji in Japanese in that case, but we can call it Joseki as well.
Did we comment already on this one? Like I heard something about in China that teachers would praise the kids not for necessarily playing, but for placing the stones in the right place. Can you open up this one a little bit, Jeff? What does this mean?
What does that mean? What does placing stones in the right place?
So they're not actually playing the game; they're just playing around with the stones on the board.
So it's like not necessarily a game, but showing something on the board, and then the stone
not
is
necessarily winning.
Oh, not necessarily winning. Yeah, that was typo.
Winning,
okay.
But for placing. Yeah, okay. So playing a good game even without winning.
Yeah, that's most likely what that means. Yeah.
Does that make sense, Jeff?
That they are praising the kids for like playing kind of like a good game.
Not necessarily winning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but playing a good game. GG.
That sounds to me like Japan. I wouldn't be expecting that of China.
Yeah, I would say that too. Like
in China, I expect that the winning is everything.
Yeah.
You cannot win them basically values limited. I guess that's the atmosphere there. Yeah, I might say, okay, even if you lost a game, but you played well, I might say that, but I don't think Chinese will gonna say that.
Yeah.
But so you place the stones in the right place.
One thing I was a little bit thinking about was that in China, for example, if you go to a dojo and, for example, if you do Tsumego there, do you get punished if you get it wrong?
Depends on the teacher.
Like they might eat your fingers or something. The stick.
Yeah, that has happened before. And also, well, I mean, the hardest one is not that one. The hardest one is no dinner for you tonight.
No dinner.
Yeah, that is. I would say, to a kid, that is probably more hard. Yeah, let's say harsh than anything else, right? You can't have dinner.
Yeah.
So.
Chinese positive way.
Yeah, it does exist. It does exist, but mostly it's not like that. Mostly it's more like I remember the punishment is most like, for example, here the teacher is giving a lecture, and then there are two kids, for example, playing around at the back of the classroom, and then teacher said, okay, after the class, I need to talk to your parents, and then the parents say, no dinner for you tonight. Yeah, that's most likely.
I see. So that parents actually take it seriously. That's fun.
Yeah.
So the placing the stones in the right place was some loose translation of like a proper shape.
Yeah, that's one I think we got.
Yeah. Jeff, I thought you were Chinese. Well,
but Jeff has been living for almost 20 years in West now.
Yeah.
Almost, exactly?
16 years.
Oh, only, okay.
Yeah, 16, yeah.
not quite half your life yet, but that will come soon.
Yeah, China will be difficult to live. I mean, for me to get used to if I move back now. It will be. Yeah.
So, can we try to form like some kind of like a thing about the basics so far? Like, we have the reading, we have some kind of like a learn these kind of chunks from your like from pro games or whatever, and then you have the design. Kind of like
I guess the big question there is
kind
that
of thing.
The big question is still what chunks will be included in the so-called basics and what don't cut anymore, and we actually have a way to address that.
Yeah.
But I guess to some degree, maybe you could even just say that there's just higher and higher levels of basics when you put it that way. But it would be like I mean, I'm sure you can say that a Pro 9 Dan has better basics than Amateur 1 Dan. It's not like they have the exact same basics. But of course, the Pro knows more on a very basic level.
Yeah.
So then we might almost just say that it's about what you're able to do effortlessly, just by your understanding.
Yeah.
In which case, we have the interesting question of what does it actually take for you to become 1 Dan? What kind of basics do you need for it?
My interpretation of basics would be, for example, learning the concept that one should play good shape and then some common shapes. Advanced means learning more or all the shapes. Yeah, so that's kind of like the crafting the chair, that you can at least like make the chair. You can like make some kind of chair to sit on, but like then if you want to fine tune that one. So what are the like building blocks that you need to have in Go? Like, well, at least like if you go very simple way, you have to have some kind of knowledge about opening. You have some kind of fighting skills in the middle game, and like then you know how to end the game. And then like if you fine tune from that one to a little bit more, like you said, that there is like different levels of basics. I guess that's kind of like the first basics that you know is the kind of like how the game at least works. Like that you have opening and middle game and end game, and then you go from there that you know a few variations that you don't like. You at least get to the end game in some point. Because like if you're
building on what you have already.
Yeah, if your opening is way too bad, then you don't even survive the middle game or end game. So then you have some kind of chunks from the opening. Doesn't matter like which ones. It doesn't have to be like exactly this Joseki or that Joseki, but like, or even Joseki, but some kind of chunks from, for example, learning from pro games and your own games and stuff like that. And then middle game is like that you play at least a little bit, that you have some kind of like reading skills. Perhaps a little bit better than just reading ladder, but like some reading skills required to like survive to the end game, that you don't like lose in the fight, and also like some kind of like a designing skills and sense of like groups and like weaknesses and those kind of things that like we even talk about every part of the game. We talk about when we are stronger, but like Chad said there, that like you have to have like at least some kind of knowledge about them, and then you fine tune them. And then in the end game, you have some kind of like chunks also from there.
I think you're basically just answering the question that Funshave wrote after you started telling the answer, because it sounds like you're talking about the same thing, classifying the kind of basics, in Go. CUS skill.
You should watch the latest Mikko video on YouTube. Shape is only good when it's good. Time waits.
So what are the chop, the loop, the smash, of Go.
Yeah.
That's going to be a long one.
Well, but
Jeff knows something.
yeah, the terms are like a very good starting point from there. Like that you learn the like at least Westerns are like now in the basics of like a Go level in language. We don't have to like those what you said like that we have mochikomi or whatever. Like we don't have those in Western world, but we at least we have like basic terms. So at least like if somebody is using the like, well, any terms in Go in Western language that you would know what they mean. So that would be at least one good starting point.
But I'm still afraid that in concept of Go, the list of the terms and concepts that we have to include is going to be really enormous. Like, okay, we had the mochikomi, and I think Marshall came up with a fairly quick translation to it. But I can throw a more difficult one. I can say karai, for example. And to translate that kind of a concept, it's like being aggressive while taking a territorial advantage. It's like being really tight on points and still pushing the game that way, like a Joe Chicken, for example, would do. And it's not the only one. My point is that there's a huge number of these kinds of high-level concepts and terms that we cannot translate. Or we could say mottainai, which is just a part of the Japanese culture. You can look Wikipedia into mottainai. There's no English translation into it.
Yeah. But so those are the fine-tuning things already because Japanese have like way too many of them. But like in Western, that you have like a, you know what is endgame, you know what is Tesuji, you know what is Joseki, and you know some like examples of them, like some instances of like Joseki moves and endgame moves and like some Tesujis and stuff like that. So.
But like if we go even to specific shapes, there's still going to be thousands and thousands of it. So what's going to be, for example, Go equivalent of a chop or I don't really know anything about table tennis.
Oh, you mean that like you should have like some specific collection of like different shapes or whatever?
I mean, isn't this what Fun Shape was going for earlier?
No, I don't think that he meant like we have to have like certain shapes on the board, like some concrete things, but like I guess like at least some kind of building blocks of thinking, like what you have to have, like.
Okay. So like one comparison here.
Yeah, so that you have to at least some kind of like some kind of skill in every term of like a Western world language of Go. That you have like some skill of Joseki and some skill of opening and Tesuji and stuff like that. So I don't think that you have to have like. Yeah, you have to know exactly these Tesujis and these Josekis and these openings and stuff like that, because that doesn't make any sense, because they also change all the time. So how you can even make like because like it would be crazy if like tennis would also change like that. Like okay, this year it like you have to hit this way, otherwise it's not like efficient enough or whatever. Like it's different kind of game. It doesn't change like that.
Okay, so we go into categories in that case. So then we have Yakago's reading, Joseki, Tesuji, Suji, shape, counting. At least some kind of whole board judgment, right? I mean,
yeah.
Some kind of way of fitting it all together. Like, for example, keeping track of Tedomari, or what is the value of adding a move here as opposed to playing elsewhere. So the value of tenukiing. So that kind of a global perspective is at least needed.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas, Jeff? Tesuji and Suji to me are basically the same. And they're connected to shape. So, well, it's about how many categories you want to have. I guess some kind of counting ability for points is going to be necessary sooner or later. Or we can say ability to compare the values of moves somehow.
Yeah, value judgment or value, like kind of like score estimator in your head, kind of.
Judgment of strength, huh? So that's going to be linked to reading, and it's going to be linked to shape, and I'm not sure if it's a core concept or not, a core category. But yeah, some kind of like is this group thick or is it thin? Or kind of can you see the influence over here? Can it become moyo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At least
That's
like
going to be a huge in the end.
yeah, but yeah, at least to me, like it would be weird, like that you have one done player who haven't heard one of these things that we have listed here, like one done who doesn't know about moyo at all. But the moyo is like completely new thing for that one done. Like what? I have been playing until that you have one done and you don't know about moyo. Like, huh? What are Tesuchis? Like what? You don't know any Tesuchis?
Efficiency, yeah. Efficiency is one way. I guess stone efficiency is a good thing. We can add that in any case. Because stone efficiency links to if you should play here or if you should play elsewhere, and if this shape is good enough or not, or if you should play the slightly different order. Or
yeah, and that doesn't mean that you have to be like the most efficient, but you have to know about efficiency.
Yeah, like it's a concept that you need to understand to think about your moves a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
At least on some level, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Not that you know English, that you know everything about it, but you can speak it. So that's
yeah, like you know what a sentence is.
Yeah.
This grammatical structure, a really basic one. Or what is a comma?
Yeah.
You don't need to get the commas right all the time, but you need to know what it is.
Yeah. And yeah, if you compare more about language, then it's also like in language basics is that like at least you can like write, listen, and speak the language so that like people will understand you, that you can use the language. Anything from Jeff for this? Did we miss any like categories?
I'm sure we missed a lot so far, but maybe we got.
Yeah, we are definitely have something more here, but I'm not sure if we can possibly include everything.
No, not everything, but like
we need more time to think about the question. I think.
Yeah. Well, at least we can like go forward with this a little bit, so that like how you get to this, like because like we should also go to the games soon, but like some kind of like a conclusion about like how you acquire these like basics. How do you learn them? How you like what are the tools that like some things that like, if someone is in chat now and he has been like 5Q forever and wants to be one done to like say that okay now I know the basics, so like and in their minds they are missing some basics, so or if there's even some beginners now in the chat like and they want to know every basics there is, how do you learn them?
Yeah.
What you should do?
Well, let's say if you want to learn a new language, to speak a new language, what do you do?
Well, you go and get the vocabulary, so like that you learn a little bit of words that you can speak it. So that's
and the grammar as well. So you're going to need a textbook at least, or a teacher.
All right.
But I guess first of all you need to know what you need to learn, right?
Yeah.
You need to get an idea of that, and then you actually need to have the material, and then you need to actually study it.
Yeah.
So I guess in this case you would need to know of these things that we just listed and whatever we missed, and you would need to know that you need to learn it, and then you would need to find a way for you to be able to learn them. So for example, some kind of source material or good books where you can learn for it, or or amateur professional game commentaries, that kind of a thing.
Yeah. So like it comes to down to everything, like in anything, like language or any other skill that like you are learning. So for example, the language that you take some books, That's one very good one. Marcel, thanks for
Unknown unknowns.
unknowns. Thank you for $10 and euros. Yeah, books is one very good source. Actually playing the game, so like that's kind of like the speaking the language is one. Learning the vocabulary, which is like making tsumekos.
Yes.
Learning about the grammar, which is kind of like going through some pro games or whatever to have some kind of feeling of like
But
what is.
even then, most importantly, I would also second what chap random number over here is saying, to play serious games, or even just normally playing should be the number one thing.
Yeah.
Like personally for me, if I'm learning a new language, I'm not going to be able to talk it
if you're not using it. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that is how I learned Japanese, basically. Like, I did 1 year of university courses where I didn't really learn anything, and then I just came to Japan, and I did more or less, okay, speak, study, what did I do wrong, speak more, what did I do wrong, and so on, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, that's definitely the most important thing in everything that you do. Like, you learn by doing the thing. If you don't do it, you don't learn it. So,
I mean,
speak the language, play the game.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that on some very basic level inside your brain, like, if you don't activate the brain in a way that it turns out the moves that you should play, like you've been studying all this material, it's going to be passive on some level or the other. You're not telling your brain to come up with the move you need to play here. You're just telling it to take this material. Then when it finally comes to the moment when you need to turn out those moves, I don't think the brain is going to work correctly there. You're not going to get the moves that you should be playing. So on the one hand, you need to have the kind of a basic understanding and basic knowledge inside your head. But on the other hand, you need to be able to get it out of your head into the game you're playing. And that is at least as important as all the rest.
Yeah, kind of like driving a car. You will go first without like driving first. You will go and see some kind of a list of basic things that you know. So that's kind of like reading a little bit from books that like what are these topics that we are talking about now? Did we even miss something and stuff like that? So you go through that one and like, okay, what do I have to learn? But then finally you have to sit under the car and like just go forward and drive and try to learn.
Yeah, exactly. Like you theoretically know what the gears are and how the brake works and so on, but getting to do that in practice is still a bit different.
Yeah,
I mean they're connected, but they're not the same.
Yeah, and after you know so much that you can drive, you don't go back to books and go through every detail of like laws about like driving and stuff like that, like how you can be even more efficient driver or whatever. Like no, you just drive more to get more experience and like learn from your mistakes and stuff like that. So yeah, just playing is definitely the most important thing.
So then we have the Blitz discussion here. That's going to be a long one, so I think we might go for a game first, and if we have time, then go back to Blitz later on. Like, what is the use of Blitz for learning?
My camera
does that sound good?
Sure.
My camera wasn't focusing, so. Yes, but yeah, let's go to the games.
Let's go to the game,
So if we actually use 1.5 hours here, we might actually be fine with just one game today.
So are we going to look at your game?
Yeah. My game from Thursday. Let me upload it.
So yeah, Antti's game from what league was it? I forgot.
Magen.
Right.
It's not league quite yet. League would be really high up. This is just qualification.
Qualification, yes, yes. I'm like exactly the guy Mikko was describing 5Q forever. I mean, there's some kind of cap there. I know many like stuck around there. That's kind of like one step to like go forward. So there is something that you have to figure out, and like I'm sure that like playing is one that you don't do enough if you're stuck there. Like just play more, and you will get it in some point. Don't be like disappointed that you lose. Just play, and yeah, it will come.
Mikko, you need to link this new game into the stream.
Yeah.
Ah yes. So let's go.
And I guess you can switch the topic into anti parenthesis white versus Kanno 3P.
Okay. Antti and Kanno.
Kanno.
Kannu, but Kanno. Kanno.
Kanno.
Meijin League or
No.
no,
not
the
really.
qualification.
Yeah.
Meijin qualification.
Maybe just put it like qual and press.
Yeah.
Meijin qual. Dot.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
We got Kanno 3P.
all right. Yes.
Some people might be interested. And then Jeff saw this game already, right?
Yes.
Did you see it quickly or did you use time?
Just roughly. Yeah. I click through. Yeah.
Okay, so I will just give you control and you can have the reins in general. That might be more interesting to
You
read.
give me control, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And I'm also just criticize my moves. I can explain if you have questions.
All right. Okay. Let me see.
So, do you have any backstory of this one, or like?
Not too much. Like the opponent isn't really famous or anything. She's a female player, a bit of an older one. And I also played her teacher, Sugiuchi Kazuko, 8-dan, a few years ago, and I also beat the teacher. So, well, I'm not saying it was an easy game or anything, but I didn't really specifically prepare for this one.
Yeah.
Shimari.
How
Okay.
old is she? What's the question from
That's
chat?
not a nice question to ask, I guess. Bash Anti, please. Yes, Bash Anti. No, but in reality, actually, all pro players have their age listed on their Nihon Keen page. So I think she would
Yes.
be like
Boomer or
around
not
50 or
boomer?
60, most likely.
Boomer then. Okay. Boomer age or not boomer? Yes.
Complain. Okay, looks like old-fashioned game. Yeah. So far, I mean, yeah, this black formation, I remember back to before, let's say the pre-AI time, this kind of black formation on the left, the top left. Yeah, we have seen all the time.
It would happen all the time, yes.
But yeah, not nowadays. Nowadays it's very rare. Yeah, people just say that corner is just open like that, and then black just say, I'm not gonna defend it. Yeah, it's very rare.
That
Yeah,
was
so-
my reaction to the Chinese opening, actually, when black played the C11.
Yeah.
Enbysnolmsn. Thanks for following.
Okay, this corner I remember. Yeah, this corner, Auntie played a variation in which my teacher has used to criticize. Yeah,
It's
so
a little
Auntie
nice,
this
to be fair.
avalanche variation. Sorry? I said, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, Auntie here. Auntie has chosen this avalanche variation, and my teacher said, no, Jack, you can't do this. Yeah. Yeah, for nowadays, when we look at it, it's very normal. But I remember there was once I played exactly this, and my teacher said, if black that D14 is at C14 is acceptable, otherwise no. Yeah.
Did you check the variation here? Because the variation was kind of interesting, but white should have done.
What you mean, my teacher? Is that?
No, back here. So I have added the variation from move after move 23. Yes.
What can only? Oh, you mean variation? I see.
Yes.
I don't think you can do this. Okay.
Really?
You can do this
Yeah.
with
sure.
black surrounding those two stones there.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Hmm.
Give me a moment. I'm not sure. Give me a moment.
But like when you compare this one to the actual game, isn't this just better for white?
Question is, will black accept?
You mean black will? What will black do? Like she would go back to the corner here.
Yeah.
We can do that. I'm fine with that one. You can go that fight then.
I'm just thinking about if black goes back there, what is going on?
White's eventually going to play the F14 push. Maybe just show it to everybody.
Okay, so basically, if black just do this one, and then go back to the corner, you cut. This one, and you turn here. This one, right? This way, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And then push F14.
Push this one. I'm just evaluating about this, and so actually not much I can do, huh?
Yeah. And I would be totally fine with this as white in this game, because black did have 3 stones to white's 1 originally.
True. Yeah, it is kind of.
Yeah, not much I
strange
can do on
there,
this.
yeah. Basic Joseki.
Not much I can do on this.
Yeah, this is very basic. This is what you have to know.
But if black has a
Call
story,
yourself
let me ask
copy.
you the one last question here. Is
Sure.
that possible? But that's when you honey, huh? If I peep, you're gonna honey.
Sure.
Yeah, because I'm considering those extreme possibilities is mainly because black has the actual stones. But if I peep, you're gonna honey.
Yeah.
And if I answer, then my 3 is dead. Okay. So I guess I cannot peep. And if I just go back to defend, okay, this is probably the last one, but this unlikely. If I just go back to defend,
You
you're
don't make
gonna
that
still
exchange either.
Yeah, I don't make that exchange either. Probably that's a better way compared to that variation, but I don't think it's a big difference.
Yeah, it's not much big. Maybe show that one also to the reader.
Yeah, sure. So basically, if I do this one and you still cut, and I just refuse to do that exchange in any case, you get the turn, I get the clamp, and I get you just shape it.
Yeah, sure. So in this
Probably
case,
this is better to me. I'm not gonna play this one anymore. I'm just gonna capture the 2. Probably this is slightly better to black, but I don't think white can play.
yeah, I guess I will just play the shape immediately because you don't have liberties.
Looks messy and difficult.
Okay, sure. So that is why you consider this one. I'd rather make, for example, this happen. If I were black, I'd rather make this happen. Not like my top side stone got damaged like in that way.
Yeah, sure. But so the point remains that white most likely should do that one because
most likely should do that one.
Yeah, the shape is just better than in the game because I mean the actual game shape, white has so many cutting points and kind of weak shape, right?
Yeah, sure. But also, however, you embarrass the black that K16 stone in this way.
Yeah, true. I mean that's why I picked this in the game because I figured it's good enough.
Yeah.
I just realized my mic was like all the way up there because like Microsoft just changes the levels. I hope like your ears haven't been like raped all the time when I speak. I lower it now. It's just
no big problem.
It's just like automatically changes it. Why does that?
Because Windows.
Like I lowered it, and now it's raising it all the time. 83, 84.
What?
It's just like 85 now, 86. I'm not doing anything. It's just changing it automatically. What am I doing wrong here? Like, why Windows is like this? I don't know. Like, just.
But I cannot hear any difference here.
Okay.
Yeah, to me it's the
That's
same.
that's okay. Okay. I lowered it a little bit on OBS also, and like yeah, just tell if your like ears will be raped because like Windows is sometimes like that. So, in case I'm talking too loudly and you're like yeah, okay, yeah. You just have to learn to whisper. No, I mean, like, yeah, Windows is shit in this, so yeah.
Not Black play here.
Maybe your keyboard has some problem. After all.
Black play here.
The one thing I did quickly check of this opponent is that she is extremely territorial. Like, she loves territory more than anything.
Because this move feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, even if she loves territory, I mean this red side. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy to get this kind of structure as black.
It's still open from the S7 one, right?
Yeah. Okay. But he doesn't want, the opponent doesn't want to push from the behind. I see.
Yeah, maybe I have some automatic adjustment, but I didn't find it, so yeah, I will go with this one, and yeah.
Okay, so this is an important one.
Yeah. This R16 was just so surprising. Like, I was 100% sure she would be just defending. Like, for example, with the ABC one, you can see there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. I will defend Sansan here if I.
Oh, really? You will do it?
My instinct tell me I will defend Sansan here.
So she will bump, right?
Yeah, and it will come to that shape. In which I connect from the first line and give
Really?
that down. It has to, right? So basically, okay, let's see that. Yeah. So this one, and I actually don't have a choice. And the question is which direction to connect. Like guys, it has to be this direction.
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah, if I defend Sansan, it has to come to this. And am I alive? I'm not alive yet.
Black's most likely going to just.
Yeah, I'm not alive yet like this.
You see, shape is not that important.
So black's block on the right side, I guess, to keep white one-eyed.
Yeah. So yeah, well, like this white is not alive yet. Yeah, that's annoying. I'm not alive yet. Yeah, so if I defend Sansan, it has to be like that. But if I do not defend Sansan, it will be exactly what she wants. Yeah, you know, my instinct is to play Sansan because I know the other one is exactly what the opponent wants.
Yeah.
I guess she is tricky that way, yes.
That bastard.
Okay, so you just compliant, I guess. Okay.
I compliant, yes, but my third move is a mistake.
You mean this one is a mistake? This one?
No, turn is still fine. The turn in the corner is just bad. It just way too small.
You feel like this one, right?
Yeah, play that one, and black's going to play S13, I guess.
Another attack. Sorry, attack like this.
I was thinking P18 most likely.
Oh, attack in that way. P18 can be a moment. So
Because if you don't take it, then black's most likely going to take P18.
Yeah, and let's say he has some corner eyes and you can't stop it. P18, I see.
Most likely. I mean, K18 also looks like a good one, but my impression would have been this one. But yeah, the problem is that I played really quickly in the opening. I was just trying to play quickly in general. Because
so to save time for later, or
yeah, pretty much. If I get into early Bioyomi, I'm usually in trouble, so I try to play early. But when I played the turn in the corner too late, I realized that crap, she will just play elsewhere now. Because if black now plays A, then white just basically lost all the corner territory.
Yeah.
Well, most of it anyway.
Yeah, of course here black will not gonna. He already has skin. He already has skin from the corner.
Yeah. But she did continue in the upper right corner, so I was like, phew.
Yeah, but your instinct is to defend this one. This one,
like yes. That was the number one scary one. Luckily, she didn't play it.
You will play here, huh? Well, I thought the opponent will at least play this one to
I mean,
this area.
It's kind of on my limit of like, is it a group that I have to defend, or like should I add a move? Like, it's very hard for me to decide in this kind of thing. And like also, if I don't defend and white will attack, what will white like benefit from that attack?
You mean the top side group?
Yeah, top side group.
It depends a little bit on the shape that black picks here as well. Like, for example, if black now plays the B cut, Jeff, can you show it?
Yeah, sure. B cut.
Yes.
Like
so
white Atari.
Can capture.
Yeah.
So I guess if white now plays P18, black might actually be in trouble.
Yeah.
Because this way, we can say that the white upper right corner is basically alive already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
basically, it's very accurate.
Yes. And because of the P14 stone, black also cannot escape. So it looks like black has to try to make a local life on the upper side. Which is also really difficult because it's open from K18 and it's open from N18. Either the slide or the jump.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like there's just two eyes here.
So you don't want to play like Q14 then, because it's just strength of white.
If you give a P14 to white, then it's going to be really tight here.
Yeah.
Maybe black can survive, but she has to get really creative here.
Yeah. I can see black barely live.
You're going to make use of O15 and the half.
Yeah, it has to spend that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, black can play O15, then N15, and then finally it can be P16. But it has to be lasting, black does.
Okay, but if you don't give P14, is it a different story then, or?
In that case, the white shape is a little bit weaker. So let's. How about if black doesn't cut from B? Black just plays the Atari from the other side.
So just this Atari.
Yes. So we can say this is a maximum thick.
Yeah, this way is. I don't think white can actually go for it.
I guess I will still play P18 anyway, but I'm not trying to kill in that case. I'm trying to.
What are you trying to do then? If you like what is the benefit? Because that was also my like struggle here. That like I don't see like what is going on if white attack here. Well, surely P18 is at least one benefit from that, but like
I guess the general design. The general design I want here is that black doesn't have eyes on the upper side. Black has to escape into the center, and I also get Q14 in center while attacking, so that the right side can have weaknesses. I mean the cutting points at the S13 and S15.
Okay.
So in that case, I could say that I'm not territorially bad from it, and that I have something to look forward to in the future.
All right.
That kind of a design.
Okay.
Here.
But yeah, the game is totally different.
It's
okay. This way, I didn't expect this.
Yes. And so I just go for it as well.
Oh.
Most likely this is white overplay, just a little bit.
But yeah, then black card. What is going on?
Yes, yes. Black has to cut, white has to go out.
And oh, this is messy.
Yes, so white says he's proud to get that corner honey, right?
Yeah, but after this one single moment, the rest is difficult.
No. In this case, white is totally fine. This I read.
Oh, this is white totally fine. Okay.
Yes, so yes, because this cannot be cut.
Because you have the ladder.
It's not a ladder, it's a net.
It's a net?
Yeah.
So yes.
Oh, you can net in that way, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
What way?
You should show it to everybody, it's really
Yes.
funny.
Okay. It's not in that way. Not in this way, huh? And I probably should play 2 more, okay.
Yes.
It's
And
not
then
in
it's the
this
more
way.
net, yeah. As can clearly be seen.
Sure.
Yeah, so this wasn't the scary one.
Okay.
The scary
So
one was...
if this one works, then white has nothing to worry about, sure.
No. Black T17 is too early. Black should turn first.
Black take you first.
Yes. And maybe also push once.
So white has no choice.
White has to go out here, right?
Yeah, white has no choice. And you can put one more.
White go
Can
out,
you put one more?
I am pretty sure you can.
Oh, the corner is like that. But if black can put one more, then white is in deep trouble.
No, I figured it's kind of playable.
It's still fine?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's going to be a huge trade. Okay, so I attach R9 now.
Yeah, attach R9 now.
Yeah. I'm just going to trade the corner for the right side.
Yeah, attach R9 now. Okay, yeah, that's also for our viewers. So yeah.
And go
so
down.
You cross cut? Oh, you just go down.
Just make it MI.
Okay.
Okay,
I hear there's a lot of reading. So what's going on here?
I have written out the sequences already.
Yeah. I'm reading what that means. Yeah. So if we come to like this, you're fine.
Well, I can play like this was my argument.
Okay.
It feels just a little bit bad because the corner used to be white and white used to be attacking. And now the corner is dead.
So it's all dead.
But the right side change is also pretty big, in my opinion.
Oh, just as the master's job is better than mine, I sort of know what a net is, but would have never seen this one. Like, meaning the previous net there, what we saw.
And of course, if you tell there's a net, then it's no problem.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I might slightly prefer black here because please, once again, black is the one who has the money.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can agree with that one. So ultimately, it was still a white overplay. Most likely from S15, white cannot play that way.
Yeah, broaden your horizon and believe. Believe is a good tool to have. Just believe that you're strong and you're stronger.
Yeah, so like white most likely just had to connect instead and let black connect on the side and...
You mean so instead of doing this?
Yeah, just connect.
You just connect here.
Yes, make it
it's a little bit difficult for black to choose actually.
I guess bump.
But that actually makes that honey kind of small. I'm thinking from black perspective.
You mean you want to play S15 here?
But I dare not do it.
S15
I want to
is
play
the
S15, yes.
Q12.
Yeah, but the thing is I dare not do it, yeah, because of how the top side situation here, I dare not do it.
You're out.
But you play here, the S17 is very small. Why do you play S17 then? Yeah.
Yeah, true. You wouldn't play
okay.
like if you play like this first and then
Yes,
white
because
answers. You wouldn't play
justify that
S17.
honey, you need to do this to justify that honey. Okay, but yeah, so it will be like this, and then you still go for the top.
Most likely P18 still, yes.
Or still P18. Okay.
This might be K18 actually somehow.
Yeah, here here the honey here. I feel like this one now.
Since S18 is more fun to play now.
Okay. Okay, so let's go back here. So in the game, this happened. Okay. And the opponent didn't play the push. The opponent played this push, of course.
Yep.
And we traded.
I thought it would be a trade, yeah.
Oh, he said no.
Incidentally, Katago thinks the game is totally even if it's traded.
Is even?
Yes, if the trade happens. So black plays Q12 and white plays M16 and it's done.
Yeah.
Totally even.
This is totally even.
Yeah.
So is now black dead there, like unconditionally? Or?
Yeah. Right side is like that, and initially is that kind of Shimari. And on the top side was originally black K16 and white K.
I mean, to me it feels like white is better from the deal, but
yeah. My instincts tell me this white has gained out from this, but I'm just thinking about why Katago side is totally even. I'm trying to figure out the logic why Katago side is even.
When white played the Keima J15, also at that point it's totally even, so nothing changed.
Yeah. So that's very weird.
So white sacrificed 4 stones there to like kill the top side.
Initially, that it was white Shimari, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then that Shimari was basically taken away, and black captured the 4 stone. Black red side is strong, and initially, let's say earlier, we were talking about S7, and unlikely here we are still talking about S7. Yeah, so that is a big black game, but I don't think that's comparable to the top, if you ask me.
Do the stones have some AG for black?
Very limited. I think you can maybe play G17, and white might have to just go down to H8.
Yeah. There we need to comply a little bit. Yeah.
But it doesn't really make a difference because the white shape at E17 is so thin that black has something there anyway.
Yeah.
And if you use G17, then you probably cannot make use of like a E16, so in such a good way.
Yeah, just we can actually compare. We come back to this moment and we say we swallow the entire top side and we give away that R14 stone.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't really sound like it's even in general. Of course, let's say what black get in the game is better than just get R14 stone. But let's say basically the size is it's about similar to that. Yeah, so it feels like this one it should be white get a better deal. I don't get it yet. I still feel like white get a better deal. Okay.
Well, black did get some endgame value with T18, and also the fact that the black territory is actually 5th line at the P14 and P13. So there's the Mochikomi that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and black is also very strong there by capturing the 4 stones, so the white wall doesn't do that much outside. So it's only about the territory.
Yeah, the center influence is more or less 0, I guess. It's just about the territory, which we can count.
Okay. Okay, well, let's see, because in the game this didn't have a black lives there.
Yep. I was really happy when this happened.
we're gonna limit black freedom.
Freedom.
No freedom to you.
You will never take our freedom.
Yeah, I will play Mr. Empty. Yeah, I will play Empty.
That is
Mr.
exactly
Empty too,
that.
because there's no choice. But
Can
then
you show what would
gonna.
happen with that?
Well, you are asking for free. So I should show this one.
Yeah, because the listeners want to see, I think.
Okay, but then you basically fix your cutting point instantly and you kill the top.
I mean, I was even going to play S12 first, actually.
You're going to play L12. What?
S12.
Oh, okay.
To
Okay,
get
you
that
want to
one.
get a bit more value.
Cut once and then, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so then, yeah, you get everything. Top side is dead, so no. Yeah, this is not an option.
Yeah, this is like now white got some influence outside.
Yeah, so yeah, this is not an option.
No deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so black has to play the empty, and then empty is willing to fix the cut.
You will never take our freedom.
Now it feels better.
Oh, you fix the cut like this. I thought you were Kosumi. Okay.
I wasn't sure.
Okay, or I will Kosumi.
And then black says no deal.
Right.
Yeah, it has to be this. It has to be this. The moment when black empty, I mean, the general picture is decided like this already. Okay, yeah.
Cannot sacrifice it, not her.
It's difficult for anyone to sacrifice after black played A.
Yeah. After screaming like you will never take our freedom, that you will just like.
It's very difficult for anyone to sacrifice it. Okay.
So then it kind of feels like black is trying to attack white on this right side, right?
But that's not real. The thing is, that's not real. Yeah, we know that that's big war.
Yeah, of course. It's more like black is trying to trick white into over defending, right? That's how I explained this one.
Yeah, actually, as black play exactly the same. Yeah, but let's say the fact here is that's not real.
Yeah.
You play here. Because you have Sunday around there, I see.
Yeah, I think you cannot fight this one.
Annoying.
Guzumi.
Isn't Guzumi only the move which makes the middle stone in an empty triangle? Guzumi doesn't even have to be empty triangle. Guzumi is just a good bad shape.
Bad shape. So was O13 was O13 that one? Is probably a debatable thing.
O13 was Guzumi since it was a bad shape that made sense.
Okay, yeah.
Sacrifice.
But actually, it is good.
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do here as black. It's very annoying. Okay, I'm gonna ignore it. Okay. Oh, she didn't ignore it. I see.
She just plays this one first.
Just an exchange. Yeah, because you have to ignore this thing here. Yeah, there's no move in the local area.
Yeah.
Can I do that? Oh, just an exchange. I see.
No, she loves territory.
No.
But
I'm not gonna do it. If I were black, I don't do this. I will let the 3 go.
That might be more realistic, I guess.
Yeah, this is very difficult to continue. Honey in the corner. That's what it's trying to bargain. No, I don't like this.
And the delicious Atari that white gets in center here. The end game.
I'm not gonna do this. Yeah, this result is unbearable. Yeah, namely black at those jump outside, but yeah, namely black at those jump.
Yeah, and that white's wall next to it is like that. So finally, it just.
Yeah, so black is not influenced like this, so I don't like
Black is
this.
trying to say that the white wall doesn't exist, I guess, and black didn't lose territory on the right side.
Aha.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
That was just me. The basic shape is just that B and C are kind of MIAI, right?
Yeah.
Black center group cannot get to the lower side anymore.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so black has no choice but to play around A first.
Yeah, because if white gets A, then the lower side is just way too big, right?
Yeah. So black has no choice now. Yeah. I thought you were gonna do some peeps.
I'm going to do them sooner or later, but for now, I'm not in a hurry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have them anytime.
So look like black will soon have to play the dummy moves. Question is when to play the dummy move, but dummy move will come soon. Yeah, I can't see how black can get away with it. She's trying to be away from it, but I can't see that. Yes, the more you play here, the more you lose, likely. Oh, black is trying hard to be away from it. Okay. Oh, what?
I'm pretty sure she misread this one. She was getting short on time already at this point. Wasn't quite Byoyomi yet, I think, but Byoyomi was getting close.
Well, I already see what you mean misread.
Yeah. There can't be anything here, right?
Yeah.
So let's just show the watchers if black tries to go for it.
Go down.
Yeah. That's the obvious danger here.
So I just show this one?
Yeah, I guess.
Then I don't know how to continue. I'm not sure if I should show this. There's no way to continue now.
Yeah.
So maybe I will just show the next two.
Yeah.
I guess that's enough.
Yeah, sure.
And the opponent decides to push here. Okay, then deal. Yeah, this is more like black's helping white to fix the cut.
Yeah, exactly. There used to be 2 cutting points, and now it's white 0, and black spent that.
Yeah, this is not.
Well, arguably there's the cutting point at A, which might be a problem, but not yet.
Yeah, because your data group is alive. True. Okay.
But yeah, I just try to fix it in center for now.
Oh.
So of course she says no.
Yeah, when white cut, this is the only move I worry about. Yeah. Well, this is very chaotic. Isn't it? It feels very chaotic.
Chaos, right?
We'll cut and push. Oh, you attack from here.
I mean, I just played the shape move here. I didn't see how it could go wrong.
What could go wrong?
But instead of this attachment, I did need to push first. Push B. Then it would be fine.
You mean put here? Put where first? Put this one?
Yes, because in the game, white actually gets cut. Black has a really sharp move. But if white first pushes and black plays the honey, and then white plays d11.
I'm pretty sure here people will gonna ask a question on what if not cut happens.
Party?
Sorry?
Party hard.
Party hard.
Yeah, you know here this card is something I worry about all the time. You said party.
Yes.
Yeah, I
think
can't
it's party.
see clearly after this.
Just go out.
What do you mean just go out? This?
Sorry, push.
So just all the way like this?
Yes.
So you're gonna sacrifice all those or what?
What? What am I going to sacrifice? You mean you're going to kill my that group with your this kind of a group?
Tell your worries. What's on your mind?
So okay, let's see if I just know the.
Okay, so I guess I will just should I push first? I guess I should push first.
Push where?
I mean G13 has to be played, right?
Yeah, you are trying to help as much as you can, I see. And you're gonna have that peep. Is that a big factor? Okay, I'll just block.
I'm not sure. Let's see.
Let's do this, huh?
Yeah.
And then black put here.
Yeah, sure. That's all. At this timing, yeah, I might actually not ignore. I might ignore it, huh?
You have to ignore it to me, but what you can get out from this, I'm pretty sure most of our viewers believe this one we're gonna die, and I do too.
Really? Because I have that move in the corner. Okay, let's see. I will answer. Let's make it fun.
Oh, what?
You will answer.
Yeah.
You have that movie in the corner. I'm not sure if I understand what's going on. Okay, I need to read a bit here just to make sure.
I'm just going to make use of a N18. That's the aim.
I know, but then that corner you only have Ascending Eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
So can you remove my other eye in the center?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. So this
play diagonal, I guess.
Yeah. I'm reading that one, and then you jump there.
Yeah.
And how do I limit that stuff?
Okay, let's play it all out for the viewers.
Okay. I thought I don't read. I just do this.
And I do N18 first, and
I answer here.
And I get Q18.
Q18. I'll just connect for now.
Yeah, and I get the center eye in the corner, I guess, first.
Yeah.
Okay. So now everybody's on the same page. So then we jump in the center.
That's very tight. What is this magic?
This one?
I guess. So this is like, should I just connect?
Bamboo, huh?
No, just connect.
You just connect.
Bamboo is better?
I believe bamboo.
Bamboo
probably.
is better. Okay.
Okay, I guess I lost my defense like this. It's still very tight. Okay, but this will be a race. I have to do this.
Okay, so go out.
Yeah, and
there has to be some epic music playing here.
Well, I'm gonna put this one as well.
Yeah, I think you need to do it around here. You really need to do it.
And you connect.
And
the black turn. On your honey.
Yeah.
And I already know this for another. I have no idea about the future. This has to be a race.
I guess you just connect. Do you just connect?
Yeah, and then you connect and cut. Yeah.
Yes.
And then this is basically, we see a showdown. I have no idea who has more liberty. I feel like black has more.
Black has. I might die.
I feel like black has more.
The thing is, I was thinking I'm fine with dying like this. Maybe I'm wrong.
What?
Because if it means I get that kind of a center shape, then I will just play around c7.
I
And the
just
rest
concentrated
should be
on
fine.
this. I didn't think about anything else.
I mean, I didn't read exactly this either, but I did have the idea that the group could die in some circumstances and it could be fine.
And then you're gonna try to do something like c7 after.
Yeah, because then the whole black group in that area is just going to be like that. I mean, it won't die, but it doesn't make territory.
It's true that you capture those 6 stones, you become super strong there.
Yeah.
And it is kind of like c11 doesn't no longer exist.
And your upper left corner also disappeared. It's just no points there.
Mm.
Yeah, and that corner I didn't even.
Yeah, it is true that black has only this territory that like
Black only
he's
has to capture, and he even has to remove the white stones.
Yeah.
So it's 5 points. It's 6 points less than it looks like.
Yeah. True. That's crazy.
So you're gonna get
60 points.
Okay. Let me try. Okay, here because we better give our viewers a number. The number here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 22 stones. Yeah, because eventually you need to connect R18, so I count it as 22 stones.
A small payment of 22
Yeah.
stones.
You sacrifice 22 stones and you get, you already get 6 stones. Actually, 7 stones if we count C7. So you owe me 15 stones. That's 30 points. And then you're gonna take C7, and that means the left side. Okay, I can see how you balance the book. Now I see how you balance the book, but I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, when you put it like that, 30 points, then like left side has already
Because
quite points of
now
points.
my language is he only owe me 15 stones, so 30 points. Nobody people wouldn't say you only owe him 15 stones.
Only 15 stones.
But here my language is he only owe me 15 stones. Because here the thing is, if white later get this one, then left side he directly pay back like 20. Yeah, he directly pay back 20, and then black bottom left corner is under attack, and the top left corner I didn't even count about that 1,000-year code stuff.
The default group is hard to attack. It's not like that you are going to like attack and kill it or whatever. This is just like this group which doesn't make any points and has to deal with himself later.
Yeah, just basically white's going to get some 5-10 points more on the lower side. That's my view of this one.
So here, that's why I said this is his way to balance the book. Because initially I can't see you are fine with that thing is dead. I'm very surprised. Auntie even said that.
Yeah, and what we also need to account for here is that I'll just take the control for a bit.
Yeah, sure.
So it's going to be something like white plays around here, maybe, because the center shape also looks very different, right? How does black finish it? Connect? Not connect?
Yeah. If I can. The lip situation is tight.
Yeah.
To me?
No, I'm saying, you get out a little bit, but then actually white also gets stronger.
Yeah, you might not want to play anything here almost.
But then you get more points. That's the dilemma. Yeah, I will. Let's say after let's say we get the number, I'd rather take risk.
So like this, and now I think you need to go back gradually.
Yeah.
Do you need to connect here first?
Connect that one, yes.
So I'll just take liberty here. This one you.
I can save it, right?
And here. Wait, didn't you just die first? Actually, you died first.
Whoops.
Yeah, you died first.
Well, I can't struggle that much. I see. Okay.
So if it's going to look something more like this, maybe. No, wait, you also die like this.
Yeah.
So you can't.
Well, that connection doesn't lose a liberty, which means the black cannot just do. Yeah, black needs something better.
So we might have just misread, and maybe Black is just dead.
Maybe black's dead, but I feel like black was good earlier.
But nothing happened, right?
Yeah, nothing happened. So if I just take liberty,
I mean, the point I was trying to make here is that even if we assume that white somehow did die, I mean, I'm not sure what exactly the sequence is going to be, but so it's going to look like something like, well, let's just call it like this, for example. Or I don't know.
Yeah. I got it.
And my center is going to be looking like that. And so when I play the C7, actually black might die, right? And I don't think I need to kill it, but it actually might die.
Yeah, that is quite powerful wall.
Yeah. So actually the white group, it doesn't really matter to white if it dies like this. That's the image anyway.
Okay. Yeah. The problem is, I don't think anyone will.
The main thing, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Jeff has control again.
The thing is, who we're gonna think about it starting from the cut?
I was thinking about it because black had A instead of this move. Do you want to see that one?
Yeah, sure, please. Yeah, please. Yeah, Ant can take over again.
Yeah, the things that they think in pro games.
I was also thinking about these kinds of sequences here.
She didn't even cut. Yes, she didn't even cut.
And so technically black can go out here, right? Except that finally...
I already know what is going on. Okay.
Yay, let's capture it. Oh, wait a second. No, you die. I mean, the fighting on the left side is so funny because it's still connected to the center in all the different ways. And the weak group's there.
Yeah.
So the moment you try to overextend your own shape here, like go for the cut and try to kill something, that's the moment the opponent is just going to twist you around and kill you in the center, basically.
Nice.
I know. Okay, here I just read about the comment. Yeah, I know that she didn't cut, but even that's the case that when black make that extend, and I mean, yeah, in Anti's variation, when white push and black block and then white attack here, that cut is something everybody worries about.
Yeah.
And I can easily imagine in almost all the European tournament game that cut will gonna happen.
Yeah,
because there I'm gonna kill. And I kill, I win the game. I don't even think about the rest of the world.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because here that is why here I'm saying this might actually show the difference between European tournament game and the let's say the real pro game. What is the difference here?
Real pro. Yeah.
Let me see if I can think of something here, because I, of course, had considered this one, but I had lots of
different options.
Lots of insurance, I was going to say.
Okay. I actually thought you were going to play G17 just to make sure that group leave first.
That might be possible, yes.
And then you leave the other. My logic is leave one and then the other.
But in this case, I'm a little bit afraid that, for example, if black, for example, now takes this one, now you can no longer connect at A, and B group can die now, right? So it's possible that you just got immediately cut off here.
Yeah, so black has that cut option too.
Yeah. So just as an exchange goes, A4C is totally good for black, I think. Which is why I would, well, it's probably an option, but it might slow white down here.
But if you show your that variation, I mean, then there's let's say I don't see anyone in Europe will gonna say, okay, I will let black cut me. Yeah, seriously, nobody will gonna say I let black cut me, and then I thought, ooh, good.
Okay, let me try my insurance way. if I defend here, what do you do?
Oh, you just defend this one.
Oh.
But you know, now my picture is already different after you told me the negotiation variation. Now my picture is different.
Yeah.
Earlier my picture is I kill you, it's all over.
Yeah, that's not quite true. So arguably I can even let the A group go, right? Especially if I'm going to get a cut at B or so, right?
And you still get a similar picture on the left.
Yes. And if you now don't go after the A group and do something in the center, then I'm going to be using this one and this one. Well, for example, just here immediately.
Yeah.
So I might just leave very quickly on the upper side.
Yeah. So, but I can't see black does anything else than H15 now.
H15 seems like the move here, yes?
Yeah.
So if
To
this
me,
is going to
black
happen now,
you make the big one live.
I guess so, yes. I'm just trying to figure out, should I play here immediately?
Huh? This is a little bit way to make that big one.
I mean, my first impression is, peep first and then go here.
But that's easier for me to answer at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here like this, I know I just push forward in general.
What?
Can I? Huh? So I don't have that one. So I need to watch out my back, huh?
Yes, you need to watch out for your back.
Ooh, kaboom!
But so I Atari and I play the second move. And I play the second move G17.
But I guess I also, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it here. G17, huh?
This is my only way forward, I guess.
Well, let's connect it since white also has C19. I guess it's C19.
Should I drive or just Kosumi or just honey? I can't just honey, but the question is drive or Kosumi. Just Kosumi probably. So I have the option later. Eventually drive if you force me.
White actually might be in trouble here. I need to use that group. This is going to be expensive, I think.
No, yeah, I know that there's some trouble here, but it cannot be helped. So eventually it comes to black that stick.
This is totally random. I cannot see what's going on here. The white big group is fine, but we have the discussion of A and B and C, right?
Yeah. And the question here is, so does black kill or live now? Let's say my instinct is kill.
Just enjoy the show.
What?
Yeah. This is very wild ride to look at.
Yeah, this is a consequence. Andy said, yeah, Jeff commented this game. This is a consequence. Yeah, so this is back to my normal Go discussion with Andy.
Yeah. That's why I already said, was it in previous Go Jam or whatever, but like, if you have a chance in some congress or whatever, to come to our table when we discuss a game and like Antti and Jeff are there, just stop there and watch for a while. It is a wild ride usually.
Okay, that wasn't too simple.
But the thing is, when you directly do that, it's very difficult for me to do H12 without the peep. Yeah, so this is much harder.
Yeah. You might do this one, and then I might do this one, and then this.
Yeah. Yeah, that I already know. So actually, I still push just to do the push, huh? It's very difficult. It's not possible for me to figure out if this is a game. Oh, okay. So that's a story around here. Interesting.
Okay, now I will give you the control again.
Okay, sure. Okay, let's continue here. So
let's do this.
Why do you play the attachment right away? Yeah, and the black wedge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just attack from the second line.
So that was a little bit. I think I used my most time here out of any single move in the game because I was like.
B is still very scary. Yeah, B is still very scary.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
So most likely, the simple way would be that white just plays the outer Atari and connects and like jumps or something, just to take care of it.
So yeah, okay, I will show. Until mean this one, right?
Connect first as well,
Oh,
yeah.
connect first.
Yeah.
And play the upper jump maybe,
Oh, sorry, jump.
I guess.
Mm.
But I mean, the AI says white is totally fine like this, and I knew that white would be totally fine like this. But can you play like this as white?
No.
Why is that?
The two keystone is captured. What the hell am I
Yeah,
doing?
like, white didn't get anything. White just gave the left side to black, right?
Yeah, well, how the hell AI says this is totally fine? I'm also wondering. This is not fine.
Because the center of black is extremely weak like this.
Yeah, but black is the one who got cash first, so.
Yeah.
Mm.
So while the AI says one thing, both me and Jeff think totally different here.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah,
also that
I
like
just
there was
think
some danger really for white there, and AI sees that, and like now that is completely gone, and then black is also weak in the like center, so it's kind of like twisted, like power, like in the
And
center.
the AI's reading is also much better in this kind of a situation, so it can just figure out what dies and what lives quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so white, yeah, let's say in theory, we may say white trade territory for safety. Or
Safety.
yeah, in theory, we may say like
Power.
that, but
Even the white shape is bad here.
yeah. I can't do this. I really cannot do this. So
Yeah.
to me, I will do this.
Yes.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm gonna do. But that's risky.
No, it's not risky. This push is great.
Oh.
This push fixes it.
Well, because and they have the peep. Mm.
Yes, and the peep perfectly fixes it.
Mm.
It's too beautiful.
Even if the open answer that one is still fixed.
Yeah, exactly. You want to.
What?
Yeah, so because let's say black might resist like this, and white just ignore it, it's fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you resist, it's fixed.
Yeah, and black have all different ways. For example, this way is still fixed.
Yeah.
I just checked everything, so yeah, black has different ways it's fixed.
Wow. Funny.
Black did play here. Okay. But it's fixed. Okay.
Yeah, but black at least had to play A13 first, right? Just a little benefit.
Neat.
To exchange A13 for B12 so that white has fewer eyes.
Yeah, okay, I will show here. So yeah, this one first.
Mm-hmm.
And then come back to this.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. That's accurate.
So this time when white goes down, even black B8 is no longer a cente in this case. So it's a small profit for white.
It come to this. Territory-wise, white is happy. Yeah, territory-wise, white is very happy. And black will need to get something from white center. Yeah, so sure. Yeah, like this white is happy for sure.
It's funny how now the power is completely on other side. Like now white is weaker.
But this white center is very difficult to attack.
And also black also move in the upper left corner for now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh, that corner is just a dead, huh?
No, call.
Huh? How can you make it a call?
Black plays that move. When you play the honey, black plays that move.
But he can turn first. White turn first.
You mean first line push in?
Yeah, A50.
Yeah, sure.
And then I take that and you jump, huh?
No.
No?
Just turn again. It's really non-obvious.
Oh, that kind of call.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called there.
It's nice to go.
Okay, it's called there. I see.
Huh?
Yeah, it's called there.
Maybe show it.
Okay, I'll show. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I first play black as. Okay, I can't play here. I'll play somewhere.
Yeah, so
this
yeah,
one.
exactly.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's this code.
Right. Yeah.
Like usually it's just dead, but because of the white weakness here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even with Ko, it's basically big enough since one of the main things that black can aim for here is the weakness of the white upper side group. So
Okay.
Oscar didn't see it either. Well, it's kind of surprising, yeah.
Yeah. As far as I know, that corner with A14 black, that the answer is dead. To me, that's just a common knowledge.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Now.
So
yeah.
black fix it. But yeah, like this, white is so happy in general. Okay, and there's that kind of code. Okay. Yeah, it's basically a code. It's basically a code that doesn't exist.
Yeah, especially when white has all the upper side threats like N18 and so on. One move approach Ko where only you can lose and the opponent has all the threats.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, now we come to the real business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like earlier I clicked through it as if I didn't see anything. Yeah, now I see some real story.
Oh no, this is totally under control actually. I mean, this is how I like to defend personally.
Course.
This is my way of defending. My way of defending is like I take out the gun and I'm like, you're going to die, and then I just back out and win the game.
Yeah.
Gun and run.
You need to make the opponent feel pressured. Like if you're totally on the defensive, then the opponent can do whatever they want, right? But I'm more like, you're going to die, by the way. And the moment that they defend, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So yeah, just the strongest defense is a solid offense, right? It's a good offense.
Yeah.
Still not clear.
No, it's clear already.
People forget to attack when they are defending.
Okay, yeah, now it's completely safe. This question, I hate this question.
No, it's fine.
It's fine? Oh, you're just not complying.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I will hesitate should I comply. Okay. Oh, that's a way to benefit.
No, it still doesn't work.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get that. I'll show.
Yeah, sure.
So if this happens, so we block here. Doesn't matter actually. Yeah.
And you can play the J8 beep aiming for the K6 cut, but white will just connect, so it doesn't exist.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I need to watch out. Yeah, this because to me this kind of stuff is fragile.
I think I still had like 1 hour at this point, so.
Okay.
I was careful about these small things.
And the opponent was in Beoyami already long ago, if I remember.
The
you told me.
opponent was around like B15 or something ever since then.
Oh,
yeah,
B15, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
a long time.
Around the time when White played the C14 cut. Basically,
Yeah, 3 hours game.
3 hour, yeah. I mean, the opponent on move 7, she used half an hour. On move 7.
7.
I mean, the choice for the Chinese opening.
Mm.
Oh, interesting. That move she spent us half an hour.
How can you resist using your time? If I use the time too early, then I go to Byoyomi early and then I miss it there. I mean, it's what I usually do, but I also lose that way.
Yeah, the Oscar asked that question because Oscar normally win in Beoyami, so he doesn't care. Yeah.
For me, it's easiest to win if I don't go into Byoyomi. Like, I need to have more time for reading when the important stuff comes. But that's possible because I have 3 hours. In Europe, you don't really have 3 hours.
Yeah.
Aside from the Congress.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's comfortable. Oh, this is the way to defend it. Because I will play the empty.
They're about the same, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this middle game, I mean, around top level area is very interesting. Yeah.
J4 was kind of funny. If White doesn't play J4, Black has K2.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Like,
just
for example,
wondering
if
here,
White
yeah,
plays
why
D9.
suddenly play a move that doesn't do anything. Okay.
And it was because of this one, or?
Yeah, so if White plays D9, Black plays K2 here.
So I'll just play a move here. So there's this one. So
and now J4 is too late. And yeah.
Huh. Okay. Oh, that's why I mark it there. I see.
And then also this one is so funny.
Give
Why?
me a sec. He is saying that's the best end game, I guess. Yep. And he's saying that's the best end game. Because eventually the shape can be white have a stone at O4 or black O4 and white P3. But for now, white is the one who need to fix this. So we need. Oh, actually true, huh? Yeah, because you think about the end shape.
How much time did I have at the end?
Yeah, so you have I shape.
I was 25 minutes or so at the very end of the game, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, because here our comparisons basically with this connection. And what is the corner in the future?
So if White gets 0-4, it's going to be 9 points, whereas if Black gets 0-4, then it's going
White
to be...
will need to eventually add one later if White is cut off. Yeah.
Exactly. So on average, it's 8 points.
Yeah, so if like this, and I have that empty shape.
If Black gets D, then it's still 8 points for White, whereas if White gets D, then it's going to be 9 points.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Okay.
So it is half a point better in case Black cuts White off from around B and C, so that White doesn't get
Details matter.
Conditionally half point better.
Yeah.
Very true, actually.
Would have
I
not.
was just laughing when I was playing this in the game. Like, can this really be the best one?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's really good here. I mean, to have the time to think about how to play accurately around here.
Would have never found this one. Like, no.
You won it by half point to make it worth it. Unfortunately, it was more. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's not. Well, now it's just finished.
Yeah, no, it's there can't be any stories. Yeah.
There could be one more if White
One
is
more?
just stupid. No, if White is just stupid.
Well, there could
Yeah,
be
it's
many
just
if you are stupid.
I mean, it's totally normal. But I mean, you could forget to play the Atari here, right? When Black now plays the obvious one. I don't know. Go ahead.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, if you forget that one, then you could still lose the game.
Yeah. That I don't think I will miss it. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
This I got in the end.
It's good to get my eyes that Q1 because that's not the normal position.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I were White, I would likely just connect that.
Well, normally it shouldn't make a difference, I guess.
Yeah.
I will actually play connect without thinking. That's the problem. Yeah, you give me time, I will still connect without thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said also like I would never find this because like
you need to think about it first, yeah.
Yeah. I have to know that I have to think about it here.
Yeah, that's the problem. You need to think about okay, here there's something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, I guess here, Oscar wasn't here earlier. Oscar missed the most interesting part about our discussion on killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back to that one.
I'm wondering. Was Oscar here earlier when we were talking about killing? Just want to make sure.
Oh yeah, had a glass to keep.
You had okay. So missed that one. Doesn't matter. So yeah, we need to recap about this game. I still think that's the most interesting part.
Yeah.
So here. Yeah, so we were talking about White push first and then do this so to prevent Black wedge, and then Black might cut here.
And you were concerned about this one, and I was saying like it's time to party now, right?
You got a party, and I didn't understand the party. No, I understand it better.
Yeah. Time to party.
Dying is fun.
Time to sacrifice this group.
The card is not dummy. It's undecided party. Now I understand it better.
Yeah. White can live on the top group, but like the other group.
No. Oscar think like me. That's the problem. Oscar think White can live. The thing is, Auntie doesn't want to live. That's the problem. Here when I cut here, let's say White we're gonna live separately. That's what I'm thinking about. I know. Here, so Oscar said White can even live. Oscar think like me. Yeah.
Like normal people who want to live.
Yeah, like normal people.
Who needs to live?
Oscar, I will show you the variation. Let's say earlier I have discussed with Auntie. Auntie wants again here. Actually, I'm thinking about can I play more accurate? But I don't have the space, so I only have the blocks in it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so only this can happen, and then I'm going for the kill. And I admit this one to be Sunny. And then so here. Yeah, I know you're asking what is the status of the top side group.
Yeah.
The status
Yes.
is that I'm trying very hard to kill. And I'm trying very hard to kill. And yeah, so we come to this picture. Actually, here we didn't really reach a conclusion about who is dead here. We, however, reach a conclusion is that is even if white is the one that is dead, white is very fine.
Yeah. Even if it would
because
die.
we just showed a variation in which actually, with until this variation, actually black is one that is dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whereas even if white was dying, white would still just play c7 and
It would still
most
be
likely
fine.
black would die, but even if black doesn't die, then white is still fine, I think.
Crazy. Zombie group.
That's a zombie group, all right, yeah. Please kill it, please kill it. Oh, it didn't die.
It's kind of ridiculous that like we were like worried about this white group, and now black just like black group, which was trying to kill it,
Black
just died.
Yeah. But Antti, when you are thinking about this, for example, about this kind of let's say potentially you have this kind of story. Let's say you are planning for this. You, of course, I know that you didn't really see anything in detail, but you are planning for this kind of stuff, and you say, maybe I can die. Does this take your time, or this is just you just consider, well, that is a possibility?
The way I did it in this game was that it was more like I was running my AI. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't do the effortful, rational kind of thinking where I was considering all the possibilities. But because I had left myself enough time at this point, I could just be staring at the board and kind of feel like what is supposed to happen here. Like, if could black go for an attack? Could it be a severe one, or could it be manageable? And I guess a main difference to how I was thinking earlier was that I could see the possible sacrifice as a kind of future possibility, and I include it in the kind of wordless thinking that I was doing.
Okay.
So it wasn't anything specific, but the vague general idea that white might die and it might be fine.
Right, might die, it might be fine. Yeah, I know. Yeah. This is. I know that here. There's no way you have anything specific. Let's say, because like on that kind of reason, because it's too long. But you have a consider about that possibility. This is already something to most of us, because that group is really big. So most of us, we wouldn't even consider that possibility, and especially in Europe, we say here, that kind of big group, I kill, I win, and then we forget about the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I guess Mika agree with me on this.
Yeah, totally. And if that would happen, that like black cut here and managed to kill the group, he would be mad that he lost the game. Like he would like, how that did
so much, then you just killed me and I died.
Yeah, there must be something in the end game that I gave you, because like like the top bottom group wouldn't even die, and white would still win the game, and black would blame some like stupid mistakes like after that he killed the group. Like he wouldn't even consider that the killing was wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for me it's definitely still about the shape here. Like I have, of course, what I have read out is that I can get that Q18 and T18. So I do already have one eye in the corner. And then the center black group looks like that. I have the M13 peep, which right now makes an eye. So if black wants to kill it, black needs to be getting around M13 himself. And then the other shape is still not totally good or strong in the area. So it's like black doesn't have a good shape to kill white with.
Killing on shape.
It's still shape in the end.
Yeah.
That's what you said, right? All about shape.
Yeah, sure. I'm not considering to challenge this one.
Yeah, this is the most interesting one. If you can challenge this one, it might be something.
Yeah. And to challenge this one requires black to play this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
And this, but white will anyway play Q18
yeah.
here.
That will still be.
And
then
if black challenge black, it requires black to
ignore
take. Black says do this one.
Yeah.
Mm.
And now we are in Funland, huh?
Oh, yeah, this one can be risky. So
My
you
feeling
do
is
the
M19.
Sorry, where?
M19 is my feeling.
I'm 19.
Oh.
What is that?
I think you die.
What is I'm 19? Yeah, obviously I cannot answer like that, so I can only answer.
Maybe you can get a call.
But
You go down, right? Yeah, you go down.
That one.
And I cut, and then you're going to play that.
Yeah, so it will be that N19 call.
Yeah. Which I'm totally fine with.
Yeah. This can I can't let you get anything from here. A call means basically black is gone.
Maybe just N17 could also be an option, but it seems to me like the same thing.
N17, you will still get this one, isn't it?
Yeah,
right?
and it's still M19, right?
I still have 19.
Yeah.
19. I mean, I can't see I'm 19 here. Yeah. Oh, I'm 19. And then there's no I.
Then there's just no I. Just kill that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
and I can't play the normal that shape because I don't have liberty myself. Yeah, otherwise I can resist that L19, but I don't have liberty.
Yeah, so
Oh, can you show? Okay, show what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Sure.
I show this one. This one, I don't know which one to show because here Mr. Empty is basically very simple. Yeah, this is black.
L19 maybe, or maybe
yeah,
K19. K19 might be fun.
K19.
Yeah, what was the call?
K19 is still call, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I do better here? No difference.
I cannot see. It's going to be a call anyway, right? What? But we're talking about my life.
Oh, they are live. Okay, okay. I can't let you leave.
Yeah.
All
Sure.
right. Okay. So fine. I'm just thinking about I can leave here.
People redefining of the discussion.
People have turned.
It used to be white. It used to be black killing, and it was like, yeah, I lived.
I forgot it. Yeah, I just thought, okay, I can live.
What Antti told
so,
earlier,
let's
like
go.
about like his defending is like that he shows a gun that you are dead. Jeff was like, yeah, I lived,
right?
and then fine.
Over here, and this one. Yeah, actually, I can live here too, but I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then there, yeah, let's say it look like there's a shelter of liberty, but I don't have the liberty. I guess that's enough, probably.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's pretty much enough. This one. Yeah, this is a blind spot to me, completely blind spot.
Black liberties matter.
Yeah. Black liberties matter sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Okay. That's your basis on this one. Likely you're gonna get it.
Yeah, I hadn't actually read it completely at this point, but most likely if Black did cut H16, at around that time I would make sure that I have it.
Okay, Auntie, here I represent some of my students. I ask you a question, okay? Here, because this is something you feel like it can be done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you don't really have anything concrete And this has happened actually in many of my lessons with some of my strong students, let's say. And this is their question. You just feel like it. How do you know? What if you are wrong? What if you die?
That's
I mean,
how they
point, the point was that I make it clear before I actually go for it. I mean, as long as I have other options, then I don't need to make sure about one specific sequence if I have something else that is almost as good and works for sure, right?
Okay.
Yes. So when I make sure that I'm going for this particular sequence, then I make it sure.
So basically, you're gonna read this already at the moment when you're gonna do the Atari, am I right?
Yeah. At this point, I need to make the actual plan, and I need to make sure it works.
But before that, it's kind of like
before that point, it's still way too far. So it's more like my general feeling of I should be able to make it work.
It's it's a type 1 like I forgot like thinking. I mean like
system 1.
System system 1 of thinking like first that you have some kind of idea that this might work because of experience of thousands of games, like Dave says there, and then when you actually like are on the like entering that like that you have to make the decision of like do we go this way or that way or whatever, like, then you have to like do the system 2 thinking and
yes, that's system 2 totally then.
So but the system 1, you just have to get the experience. You cannot like get it anywhere else.
That's why I woke up, huh? Wait, what time is it?
It's 2 minutes before 4, so like we should wrap up.
No, I mean at Dusty Baduk's end, because it's going to be some crazy morning time, like 6 o'clock. I think.
Okay.
I just remember because a few times Dusty Baduk woke up for this stream and it was like 4 a.m. or something. To listen.
Yeah. Okay, interesting game.
6 o'clock, accurate.
Okay, nice. Almost 40k channel points. Soon I can dominate 1 month of games.
MGD has 2.4 thousand. Woo! Exactly right. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Very interesting game. Thanks.
Yeah. Very well tried. Thank you.
Thanks for commenting. I guess I still like L6 the most if it's me. Although it doesn't really need lots of difficult thinking.
I'm sorry, I still have one last challenge, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, because here, then what if I push? Because my center, can you really cut me off like this? And I don't believe you can get
possible. Twice. Okay, let's see. I guess I didn't make important decisions yet, so this would generally be what happens. This is generally what happens. What shall we go for? Well, the feeling is to start with a peep, right?
Yeah, the peep.
See which one you do.
Feels like to do that. Feels like to do this.
Yeah. And I guess I want to pull it out first. Still to ask which one you get.
What do you mean pull out? You mean this one?
No, the other direction, other one.
This one?
Yeah, because you need to go back and just connect this one, right?
And forward?
You do go forward. Okay, let's see.
I mean, this is the original plan. I'm just going with the original plan.
So is this something like, I don't know, what my feeling is N13 here. But N13 is going to be that anyway, so we can do it any order we want.
You mean there's some code stuff existing?
That's my feeling. I think I can get a life in Ko at least.
Oh, I see some cool stuff. But is that a call for life? I'm not sure.
I mean, don't I have 2 eyes in that case?
Da, 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 da.
I guess I should play N13 immediately here, maybe. Wait. Can I make it easier?
Okay.
No, okay, let's do it. N13. You do need Atari that one, right?
Here. Yeah, I can't see what else I can do now, Atari.
So to make it fancy, let's a wedge.
The wedge. I know you're gonna
Let's
play the
wedge. This is very fancy.
Okay, I know what's going on here. And that Atari.
Fancy.
I have some doubt.
Okay, let's go forward.
And I connect an Atari and I cut into 3 groups. I will answer like this.
Okay, so let me take the Atari first. So you're going to do that, huh?
This one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it feels risky, but I don't think there's a way out anymore. And you are fine with any sort of code, so it means that happens. I still think it's fine.
That code is fine for you.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah, true. You can just capture, and it's actually not too good for me. I see.
Yeah.
I died.
Yeah, like this. But don't you have any other way here?
Most likely I do. Okay, let me try again.
I actually have a feeling you might have 2 eyes by just doing normal stuff, or kind of normal.
But that's so boring.
That's so boring. Okay, but actually I can see that happening.
Okay, so let's do it. Okay, let's do it the simple way then.
Fine, let's just live.
Let's just live.
Why don't we just live? From just that narrow area, why don't we just live?
But which move order do you actually do it with? I cannot see the picture.
It's not easy. It's not easy. It's just possible. Or you can also, no, okay, I see a different picture now. You can probably cut it. Oh, there's too many people.
Cutting would be more interesting, yes. In
yeah,
general.
you may cut it.
Oscar suggests K12.
K12.
That's one of the ideas, yeah.
Yeah, but my feeling is L12.
Yeah.
Liberty. It will still be a race. And I don't know about the race.
I want to play K13, but it loses to K12 too easily. So that's why we should play K12 first, huh?
You'll play K12, I see. You'll play K12?
Well, I didn't read it out yet, so I still need more time.
Okay, sure.
I'm slow at this kind of thing, which is why I want to spend time.
I got you.
I see. So if we start with L12, then we can do the peep, and that's
yes,
going to...
Yeah, that's my
idea.
idea.
L12. Yeah, L12 is good. Got it. Finally, I can see the picture.
And if I resist, you're gonna do that move.
Yeah, this looks doable.
That's very difficult. So finally, my very last proposal is this one. Yeah, because I can't. My other ways, I can't see how it works. This is probably the only way I can try. Oh my God, this is risky. It's still a race.
It's still kind of a race. I will just take it, right? push
Yeah,
out.
you're
push out.
just a push. Yeah, just push. Just do this, right? Okay,
That's
back.
totally different from what I was thinking. I was going to
You
take
come
your
back.
stone.
Huh?
This doesn't work. I see. Oh,
It works.
this is good actually. Yeah, this is good. This is
To
good.
me, this works. Yeah, this will be a risk. I don't think I can win. But what was your push? You said push.
I know.
You
I
said
was
this?
first going to play Hane. No, first Hane.
First, honey, this one.
Yep.
I have to cut, regardless
Yes,
how I
and
feel.
I take it.
You don't bamboo first?
I can always get it, right?
Okay. So just take it.
Yeah.
And this moment you peep.
Wait, but I just lived already, right?
Yeah, so I have to cut here.
Yeah, and then I push out. This was my push.
Yeah, I have to do this, and this one you capture.
Capture, yep. And you cannot even play the.
And I can't even Atari. I have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
And now I just push and cut you and live.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So in other words, this is a question I think Siri can ask.
I guess I'm just going to cut you and let's make it back.
Yeah. Then it comes to that race. I don't think I can win.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So actually here we have multiple answers already.
Yeah. I guess as long as multiple answers remain, then it means that we don't need to read too much.
Yeah. There's nothing to worry about. Yeah. So the feeling is black to play in the center. But unless black play in the center, black take away every single one and get the connection. Otherwise, forget it. Yeah. Okay, but then I don't have that answer.
Oh, hello, Luna. You are just in the end here.
The pain.
Finally can join the show.
Yeah, I can. We're just ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild ride.
That
Yeah.
was wild, or a little bit too wild. I need to die more.
In case you enjoyed here, we have this money collecting thing for the next one still going on.
I think did we last time get 2 times?
No, this time and a little bit.
I see. Okay.
So the last time we already like hit the this one, and then we were collecting already for that one, and that hasn't raised that much yet. So,
yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Marcel, for 10 euros earlier, and yeah, I guess then because we don't have monies there, we don't decide the next date for sure yet, but I guess we can still look for the date.
I guess we can still aim for the third
Saturday,
just in case, and
yeah, we can try that. Sure.
Yeah. So like
10
before
to 15, right?
1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, or so 15.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So in case we get enough by then we have the fifth one on 15th of May. 15th of May. Yes, in 4 weeks. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for everyone joining.
Thanks for watchers.
And following and donating and stuff like that. Yes.
What was the thing I missed? Some of those the white dies and wins the game kind of thing, I guess. One of these variations. Luna is just asking what was the funniest thing she missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also the stream started by me splashing the water on the keyboard, so I guess that was kind of like slapstick humor, if you will. But yeah, not dying in the center was so much fun.
Mick, you have an important question here.
Thank you for the stream donation info. Where? Well, it is down below, and also donate like that. So going to link streamlabs.com/Mikko, you can find donation things over there. And thank you, Padukpam. I didn't know that is also a way to do that. /tip. Okay, yeah. And also we have the weird sound board thing. You can find info down below if you donate bits. You can have some soundboard things. Well, the stream is kind of over now, so like you're kind of late for that train. But for the next time, you can like buy some bits and then spam with some ass and what's.
You have some Pekka the Pyhäntä sounds there.
That should have been there, yes. Pekka
we
the
are-
Pyhäntä, yeah. Yeah. We still continue our Friday streams, of course, and there is new things to talk about next Friday. Then about Corona Cup or Corona Cup is still continuing, right? And
we are now at the last round of Corona Cup, so it's about to finish.
yeah. So at least that one will be next Friday, and I will probably go to my parents' place in some point, but I got sick just this week. So. Whoa! Thank you.
Thank you for this stream.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you, Walter. Thank you. So yeah, I will go to my parents in one point, but I don't know yet because like I just got sick again. So like yeah. There was about psychology, right?
We had some psychology, yes.
Yeah, today was about like basics of core.
What are
What is
The basics
what
of the
are
basics.
Yeah. Basics for the basics. And yeah, we were talking before the stream that what topics we would have. So we have like a lot more topics to talk about in the next Go Jam. So we are not running out of ideas here. So like in case you are interested in new ones. So NGD is also of course going on. Do you have something to say for yourselves?
NGD? No,
Yes.
same usual. We are getting kind of busy recently, but we still have open spots if you're interested.
Right.
I mean, to have you can play serious games and have them commented by strong teachers, which is of course one way to get more in touch with the basics, right? As we said.
Yeah, for sure. And have some kind of community also around it, so that helps. Like
That might actually almost be the bigger thing nowadays. Like we actually have a very lively Discord channel server.
Yeah. So you might just want to like try once, join for the like NGD for a little bit, and then join the Discord, and then sneakily just join the community there and like have some fun there, like share your Go ideas and food pictures.
Food picture.
Food pictures.
Yes. So. We should probably wrap up, but we will see you next time, and let's put you forward.
And hopefully in 4 weeks as well.
Yeah.
More than halfway there.
Yeah. So yeah, let's put you forward to some Go channel if we have some options.
We have very limited choices this time.
Very limited.
Wasn't Go Dave doing something?
No.
Turkish, Korean, and English. Which plays Go? Do you guys want to go to Disco Elysium stream?
It's a fun game, but bit different from Go.
Yeah, it is very different from Go. Or chess stream. We have once did that because of like trying to turn people to Go from chess streams, but like I don't know if that works that well.
There's no Go streams at all, really?
Well, there is Turkish, Korean, and Twitch plays Go, but like.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, I guess we rarely meet in this kind of situation.
So yeah. Usually we have like plenty of options. It's probably the timing because it's like 4 p.m. in Helsinki. So
yeah.
it's kind of like Europe is during the day and da 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 da.
Mhm.
Oscar can make a stream maybe. Immediately 30 watchers.
Yeah.
Well, in case we don't have anything
Yeah,
else,
we
we
may just
can.
finish here then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Korean one, or I
I
don't know
only see
because
some Korean character.
yeah.
Baduk.
Or maybe just push forward to some Turkish. There's like 22 viewers there, so I don't know. It's Go after all, so
Yeah.
yeah, I will put you there. You can do whatever, of course. Like after that, but like yeah, let's go there.
Sure.
And yeah, we will see you guys next Friday, and thank you for coming. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.